lights up on camera. Where is he?
Right there, lightning sky.
Is he ready for an incoming call?
I believe he should be.
I'm sure with my voice settings and shit are... Alright.
Now.
There we go.
Oh.
Alright. Okay. Do this. Alright.
I stole the jerky. Last leave off.
You're coming up out of the mausoleum with the smashed door.
Now.
Do I have that movie? Yeah, okay. Almost done copying your stuff.
You can go.
Alright. So picking up from last week, you guys are coming up out of the mausoleum. And deciding to do what?
Well, perhaps we should tell somebody that there was a evil wizard or sorcerer living in the bowels of that mausoleum who might have been responsible for raising the dead without their permission.
Maybe so.
They've found this amulet with these little, was it 7 little round rubies on a silver amulet?
Something like that.
You have it on Discord.
Which my character pointed out that it looked like the amulet the alchemist was wearing.
Alchemist. Alchemist.
The town alchemist.
I think there was an alchemist in town. But
Oh, I mentioned it. He said Forget the cold balls. God damn it.
Well, I know you guys found one of them in the dirt, and then the guy that you just killed in the mausoleum had one as well.
There doesn't have to be like a shrine or a church in this tiny little
Oh,
town, is
no.
there?
You guys were going to ask, the priest if he knew what it was. That's it.
Okay. So is he back at the tavern trying to cleanse the zombie gook, or?
Now they're cleaning up the tavern. There's a guy with a wheelbarrow bringing the different parts back to the graveyard to bury them again. Trying to figure out which one belongs to who.
Are you live on Twitch?
Yes. Okay, say that one more time.
Need the Twitch channel.
WPGN Games. Here.
Finn just gave it to me, and you gave it to me at the same time. Okay, Finn, you didn't have to post it 4 fucking times. Mute the sound on my car.
Yeah, that's why I just mute the stream.
Trying to find out how to mute the stream on my tablet.
Should be on the bottom of the video. Alright, so he's going to ask around to see if anybody knows what the amulets mean or who they might belong to.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt the priest in his duties right now.
Alright, so where will you guys start? Tavern keeper, blacksmith.
I nudge you in the hip and go, maybe you should offer to clean up the tavern. Or help. You're the one who left all of the zombies splattered against the wall.
They deserved it.
Gee.
Well, the zombies deserved it, yes, but not the tavern owner. He didn't do anything.
But I'll ask the tavern keeper if he's seen this symbol before and the people who've come through.
says, you know, I overheard the priest talking about it a couple of days ago. I don't know what it means, though.
Well, I'll tap the priest on the shoulder and show him the amulet.
Who's gonna go? He goes, yes, what about it?
Found this in a mausoleum where we believe the person raising the dead was working from.
Okay.
You know what this means? Symbol.
Possess an amulet of Thay. There are a bunch of dark wizards and necromancers.
Well, then I think we got our guy.
Probably be a safe bet.
I'll point him to the. I'll let him know exactly which mausoleum and how to get in there.
The one that's been
Well,
smashed.
you don't really need to explain how to get
Yeah.
in there. You kind of just like broke the floor open. I'm sure they could figure it out.
I know, but I still want to explain it. You're going to go through the broken hatch down, and you'll see him. You'll see him laying there with the caved-in skull.
All right. I will attend to that after I clean up the mess you made here.
I'll kind of reluctantly raise my hand and said the one on the stairs was technically my fault. Where's the mop and bucket?
If I could create water, I'd definitely help. Just hose him right out the door.
So you go about helping clean the rest of it up.
Yeah. Well, I did kill one of them. Knocked him on the head with a stick. And since this is the only inn in town, I would like to have a bed for the night.
Oh, was your friend from work gonna watch this or no?
Yeah, I sent it to him. So, I don't know if he's busy or not.
Okay.
You may catch the back end of it. That or watch it tomorrow.
No, I'll be on both YouTube and Twitch, so you can watch it wherever.
Yep.
So you get the tavern all cleaned up. Now they go to rebury the bodies.
I'll go with the priest and kind of show him the way and point out the now dead.
I mean, the fact you're showing the priest the way in the graveyard he tends to, for the few townspeople there are. You're a redundancy.
I'm a barbarian.
Doesn't mean you're an idiot.
Only on Tuesdays.
So what explains today then?
I'm only an idiot, not on Tuesdays.
Ah.
So how long do you think it's going to take until this tavern is at least up to health code?
Probably never, but you know.
Well, close enough where people are going to be like, there's a hand in my mug of ale.
Waiter, there's an eyeball in my
Yeah.
soup.
Well, that's good. Today's special is eyeball soup.
New sustenance for the town.
Although it would be kind of a neat reverse zombie trope. So the zombies biting people to turn into zombies. People eat the zombie parts to turn into zombies.
So you show the body in the mausoleum to the priest. He says, well, I can bet there are more of them trying to do the same thing elsewhere. That is, after all, how I would raise an undead army. What do you have, like an intelligence of 4? What you might do is try and seek out the help of the Doom Guides of Neverwinter. And pray that their graveyards haven't been affected. A lot bigger than ours. That we don't exactly need some of those well, less than reputable nobles coming back. Just because they're dead doesn't mean they can't raise our taxes again. That was a joke. Never mind.
I'll ask him where we can find this Doom Guides.
You'll find the Doom Guides in the Never Death Graveyard. In Neverwinter. Do you need a map?
I have one.
Okay.
I won't thank him for his trouble. Give him 2 gold for help for cleaning out the inn.
Good. Now I can fix the mausoleum.
And I'll give him 4 gold for the mausoleum.
Good. Now I can go drinking after I fix the mausoleum. So you get the tavern cleaned up.
I try and apologize for the impatience of my very tall friend, but we did feel that our lives and the lives of the people here were in genuine danger, and keeping the place clean wasn't exactly our first concern.
It's not a problem. It's a bit of mopping, a bit of shoveling, and a new stone slab. Not the biggest of problems.
So it's an average Tuesday for him.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Okay.
It sounds like a doggy itching its ear.
That's a typing.
Oh, damn it.
So I will collect everyone and let them know we need to head to Neverwinter.
Okay, if he's got a map, can he show us how far Neverwinter is from here? How far is Neverwinter from here?
A long ways away.
It's a ways. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a ways in the fact that we'll probably might want to invest in horses, a carriage, pool our money and find a high-level mage to teleport us far. I don't know how far is a ways.
There's nobody in this town that's going to be able to have a skill to teleport you.
Okay.
There's 2 ways we can go. We can go up the Sword Coast, or we can go around the back. From where we are, going around the back would probably be our quickest way, but going up the Sword Coast would probably be safer.
Going up the Sword Coast via the sea, or just walking along the shore?
There's a road. If you hit Waterdeep first, you can take the road north from Waterdeep up to Neverwinter.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Then there's one along the backside.
You have a mountain pass just north of Waterdeep, but it's along the coast, and then after the mountain pass and the marsh is Neverwinter.
Okay. We'll stop off.
And Waterdeep would be a good place to, pick up whatever supplies you need.
Yeah.
It's a fairly big city.
Okay. To Waterdeep. When do we set off?
Would you want to see if you could invest some horses? They do have horses.
I don't know. I'm a little worried about him getting on a horse. Just due to his size,
You
his
could buy, like-
feet might
You could
drag
buy,
on
like,
the ground.
a draft horse or a Clydesdale.
Clydesdale.
Yeah.
You can stand out. Still, I worry about its spine.
Well, when
Yeah,
you're not
because
raised,
even I've been around
raised to
Clydesdales, and they
medium
weren't
size.
as big as I thought they would be, because I can stare them straight in the eye.
But you're also
Those
taller
are
than
tall
everybody else.
Clydesdales are at least maybe 13, 15 feet.
I was gonna say if we get a wagon, we can at least pull it.
You could get a wagon, yeah.
That would also be easier than getting a bunch of tents and guarding single horses at night. If we didn't have to worry about two.
We'll sleep in the benches of the wagon.
Yeah. Or we could sleep in shifts. If they could do it on Oregon Trail and not die, then we can do it.
You mean not die? Oregon Trail, they always die.
I mean the real
That's the
Oregon
whole
Trail.
point of the game.
Somebody made it in real life.
You can make it through without dying. It's just fucking hard.
Well, that and you gotta remember not to diss Terry.
Yeah.
And one, just to see what happened, I bought nothing but gunpowder for one of my Oregon Trail trips, and like all of my caravan died in like 3 days.
Somebody did by
Because we had no food. And it
Eat
was
the
a terrible
gunpowder.
shot at hunting those stupid rabbits and shit.
Wagon is 35 gold pieces. And it comes with the barding and things to hook up two animals to.
Probably need, for a wagon that holds everybody, you'll probably need at least 2 horses to pull it.
How much does he weigh, considering you might want a 4-buggy?
320.
Plus all your equipment, plus everything else?
Altogether, I weigh about 160.
160 pounds altogether. I think I weigh
Plus
more than that.
320, my
What are you, a
brain
barbarian or dust?
can- 480.
He's made of smoke.
Altogether, 480. I had to say the equation out loud for my brain to process it.
So 480 and then whatever your character weighs, which I would imagine isn't a lot.
Let's see, I'm probably about 110 pounds, plus what I'm carrying is 22 and a half pounds.
2 horses would be able to do that.
And then the cobalt, which is negligible.
Okay.
Who's got one of the PHBs?
I do. I'm just looking at the type of horse that might be the best because they've got the barding and the base
Yeah, they
speed
got a
for
bunch of different
pulling.
ones.
Well, we can't use a pony because that's a mount for a small sized creature. But we could get, a heavy or light horse. I don't think we need war horses because
No.
those are trained to be,
They're
to go
trained not
into
to
combat,
scare-
not get scared.
yeah.
Yeah. Which means they're double the price. I don't know if just the two. If we got 2 heavy horses and a wagon, I can do the 440.
Is that what it is total?
Yeah. But we don't have anything in the back of it other than us right now. But yeah, I can buy 2 heavy horse and a wagon.
Alright. So you go.
Uh-oh.
Twitch. Yep.
What happened?
What's this Twitch being Twitch?
Let's see.
Besides, most people stream with one camera. We, however, are shoving 2 down his throat, so.
And you're going to take it and like it, Twitch. That's what you're getting paid for.
Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
So they'll set you up with a couple of horses and a wagon.
Probably going to want to name them, so I'm going to need to know if you've got stallions or mares. Please don't tell me it's one of each.
Well, we'll see what the dice say.
Alright. Well, that percentage, I want to see
One
if I
to-
get salt or pepper on the table at the
1 to
tavern.
50 is male, 51 to 100 is female. Okay, so 1 male horse. 1 female horse.
We're going to be knee deep in horses.
As I say, if they were both male, you could name them, God, what was it?
Palms and Proms.
No.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
I think I have a name for them. Boris and Natasha. Don't blame us, blame Moose and Square!
Chris, what do you think of the Goliath?
I think he should be tipped over with a weapon like that.
Normally he would be. No, I
don't care how strong he is, I believe in physics more.
Scotto and Argento.
I named him Boris and Natasha. They're here to spy. And cross Rocky and the Bullwinkle.
So once you get your wagon and horses hooked up, are you actually departing immediately?
It depends on what time of day it is. How long did I spend cleaning the bar?
Yeah, it's about 11-ish.
Well, we still have the light ahead of us.
You guys got plenty of daylight.
Yeah. Don't kobolds have daylight blindness?
Not desert kobolds.
Nope, I can see in the day.
Well, they're out in the desert. There's not really much to mine. They're like,
You know, there's 3 books here that I played a lot of adventures with just the core rules are a lot of fun. It's just reaching out, power gaming every fucking thing.
when they take a massive hit to strength because of it.
So what? Their deck space. Who's going to be going out there? Oh, I'm a desert kobold barbarian fighter mix. And I carry a glaive.
So are you departing then? Okay. So you'll travel west along the ford. And the river would be to your left, and the edge of the
I would have said take the river. That's just
edge of the forest will be to your right.
Okay, can I see the map?
You're starting off in Loudwater there.
Sure, if somebody has ranks in ride or animal handling, should this get rough? Because I don't. But you're considered to be able to drive
Well, unless
something
you're,
very easy, like being on a horse.
Yeah, unless you're like, you know, unless you have them at a gallop and you're
Yeah.
on like, you know, like
I meant more like
pace or something.
there's a tiny-sized snake in the road. The horses spook. Roll animal handling to keep them from trying to come loose.
I have both ride and handle animal.
Well, but you still have to sit in the back until we get you a seat that's going to fit you for the wagon up front.
I could just
He's
lay
got to sit in the
through.
middle, otherwise the wagon will tip over.
It's because there's nothing in the back for weight to counterbalance you.
Just laying
The
down
kobold
my
and I
feet out
can't-
the end of the wagon.
Don't weigh even half of what you
I was gonna say we should travel to Loudwater to,
You're in Loudwater.
well, from Loudwater
So
to,
west would be Succumber.
yeah, and then follow the river and then go up to Waterdeep across the coast.
Right, you mean the road? Yeah, I know.
Well, I believe that is a trail. That's the road.
Okay, fine. Give me the fucking phone.
Okay, we're moving at about a hefty 3.5 miles.
I know, right? Yeah, so let's figure this. That would only be it'd only be about 4 miles to Succumber.
Okay.
So you're on the road for, you're going 3 miles an hour, so it'll take you slightly over an hour to get there, which isn't too bad.
There's a, let's see, heavy horse, 3.5 miles an hour. We go 28 miles a day, but that's if we're going at 8-hour stretches.
So as you're
Or 24 hours.
as you're traveling, I need the three of you to roll a perception check.
3, I'm not even in game yet.
27.
Oh,
Hey, Austin,
You see through space and
What?
time.
perception.
What?
20-sided dice plus perception modifier.
Perception.
having trouble?
Huh?
Where's perception again?
He spilled
It's on
out all
your
his dice on my
side.
crotch.
Skills list.
Oh,
Is
Doug,
Is
what
it
kind of
the
shenanigans you
equal?
gonna get
Is
into
it,
now?
is it the smaller numbers or the big equal?
Huh?
The big equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you got for your birthday?
This.
I got
I got
a
a
15 and my modifier 7.
Oh, that's
Okay, so
good.
you have a 22.
It's still at home on the
20.
plastic mat. You
15
had
to the
with-
modifier.
I was picking up prescriptions and Janet saw this
No.
at the drugstore.
20.
Oh, you
Picked it
got
up
a 20.
and its ears
Yeah.
point, so I put the
No, I
to
wasn't.
make them
I
fluffy.
wasn't debating your
But I love
math
the
there.
fact that it has
I'm like, I know I'm right.
Well, what's funny is I got a 15 as well, and I have a modifier of 5. So I'm like, yes, no.
Okay, so 20, 22, 27, you are all able to hear this. From just past the tree line to the right, you hear, what type of voice does your character have?
Oh, she's tiny, she's a hobbit, she's squeaky.
It's kind of high and squeaky.
Oh, yeah.
You want to do it or you want me to do it?
No.
You probably do it better, but mine will be hilarious.
You get a tank of helium and you can just
What?
inhale little balloons before you
What do
talk.
you want her to say?
What your character is yelling that they're hearing.
Whoa, what's the atmosphere?
You're in the forest.
Don't put that there!
So you hear, "Don't put that there," and I have to kind of ad-lib something in there. So, and a couple of seconds later, "Who sent you?"
I'm
What a
gonna,
mortifying way to start a conversation.
I'm gonna bring the halt horses to a halt.
I'm gonna stick my head out the front. Anyone else hear that?
I heard it 10 seconds before it was said. My perception modifier is so high.
You could hear the thought of it.
Yeah.
So that's what you hear, coming from just beyond the tree line to the right. Which is the only thing that's providing shade to your path at the moment.
Throw me.
Well, normally I would say get out of the wagon and check, but I'm afraid you'll flip us over.
Toss me, but don't tell the elf.
That's why you throw a pebble.
I will slip out the back.
Very carefully.
Then, you know what? Since the kobold asked for it, I'm gonna throw the fucker.
What, into the trees?
Yep.
Okay, strength check.
That is a 20.
Okay, now
Woohoo!
roll the chance that the kobold hits one of the trees.
Percentile?
Oh, god damn it.
Or you're not rolling it, I'm rolling it.
What's the distance on a kobold? Because, I mean, with like, you know how...
Well, the
like,
trees are like 10 feet away from you, so.
I know, but I mean, like, you know, like my light crossbow has a range of 80 feet. If it goes beyond that, it takes a -2
He could
up
probably,
to 5
he could
increments.
probably effectively throw the kobold like 15 feet.
Okay.
But there's still a risk
So
if it hit a tree.
But he's still. I'm just wondering about the strength modifier because that'll go down by 1 every range increment that he goes. Considering how strong he is.
Okay, so the kobold does not hit a tree.
Oh yeah, good.
Where does it go?
The kobold lands at the feet of the, behind the
Oh, come on, let me
wizard
hit
that you
them.
have entangled, encroaching upon your forest.
Flying
So
over.
you see, Austin, your character sees a fey wizard wrapped up in vines, and a very small halfling druid controlling the vines, demanding to know what business this wizard has in the forest.
Wait. Who's the girl's character? Is she the wizard or the halfling?
The halfling.
Oh, I was gonna stab the halfling. But it was the head.
It's gnomes. It's gnomes. Kobolds don't like, not halflings.
I'm not a gnome. It's like a
I know. He said I stabbed the halfling.
That
Like,
guy.
it's
No,
gnomes.
he thought the wizard was the halfling. So that's what your character sees, Austin.
Wait, I see what? I have to turn you up. It's being weird.
You see a tall fey wizard wrapped in vines, with a halfling druid standing nearby, demanding to know what business the wizard has in their forest.
Wiggles.
Did he say Wiggles?
Yeah.
Yes!
That's
But
not.
she does not know what to do. She's like,
Yes, suddenly catapulted into the forest from the road.
I think everyone's just standing there like, the fuck?
Roll versus concussion.
So what do we do now? Wait to see if the kobold reappears.
You can just, and you can just hear me go, "Hi."
I'm lucky I don't smack him with a staff trying to get him away.
Who are you? Whack!
Hi! What?
I'm thinking about it too.
Well, that's between you two.
She's probably gonna try to take her staff and smack the kobold just to get him away because she
And
doesn't
it's,
know where he came from or.
Quite a different setting for the kobold. It smells like old wood, moss.
Earth.
Actually, that doesn't seem that different. She uses old wood for her shed.
Well, I mean, like, has that damp smell that forests usually do.
Earthy smell.
It's quite a bit cooler because the light's not filtering it as much.
And somewhere I'm expecting to see a stone podium with the Master Sword embedded.
Yeah.
The little woodland creatures
Now
jumping out
this
of
is
the way.
time for your two characters, Austin and Crystal, to interact. Whether you're going to try and golf club the
I just.
kobold out of the forest.
I'm gonna wail on him, trying to get him away. While I'm trying to take care
But
of
I'm not even that close to you. I'm like,
Well, that
Probably like
also
a
depends.
few
How
feet away.
close is he? Is he
like 10
reachable?
feet away.
Oh, never mind. I can't. Then she'll have her staff
you'll
ready
be like,
just in case.
my kobold will just go, "Hi."
Oh, did you have the kobold already? Why do you have a gift?
Well, it looks like an evil wizard. It was the only thing close at the moment.
You're only 100 pounds and you have a massive character.
I'm
But you
320.
do recognize that
Equipment's 1/6.
What?
Luke,
Yeah.
was Austin and your character, were all three of you in the mausoleum fighting that one guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Austin's character would recognize that they was looking very similar to the one that you fought in the mausoleum. If that helps any, should.
Did you hear that?
What?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so the guy you're standing behind, the wizard
Okay.
is. It looks like the guy we fought at the mausoleum.
Very similar attire.
Very similar looking in clothing.
Huh. She's not smart.
Always being a girl.
Yeah. Cole the Cobra.
Yeah, she eats gold pieces.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. You got two squeaky characters.
I know. I can throw them both. I was gonna say, all we needed a gnome so I can throw with a rope, and then it's a grappling gnome.
I already have a grappling hook.
It's not a grappling hook. We need a gnome with rope around it to be a grappling gnome.
Mm-hmm. Oh. What's happening at this point? I am tired and my brain is not working.
You see the wizard and you see the halfling. You're about 10 feet away. That's all I can gather so far.
Yeah, that's...
God damn it. Drop my D20. Where'd it go?
Went right where you dropped it.
Was he not a week yet or something? So what is happening between the two of your characters?
He's 10 feet away, but my
Oh,
staff
God.
is ready to hit him if he comes any if she comes any closer. While I'm dealing with this.
So Chris and Luke, the two of you notice that the half the couple is not re-emerged yet.
I ready my masterwork light crossbow. I just bought this wagon and horses. I'm not losing them that easy.
I'm gonna pull out my right hammer and go into...
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
He pulls out his great hammer and goes to the forest.
Alright, so both of you are going into the forest then?
I'm staying here. I'm not losing this wagon and horses. There's a pot of them.
So you go into the forest,
Yeah.
and you see now the kobold, the Fey wizard, and the halfling at an old-fashioned Mexican standoff. Without guns.
I was gonna say, too bad the Thay Wizard's not a gnome. Then it's a miniature Mexican standoff.
So what did you guys do for your birthday? Culvers? Did you guys actually go?
No, I didn't feel very well. So we just went. Well, my parents chose the lighthouse for Friday so that their friends could come and my brother could come.
What's that?
The lighthouse is like a supper club on Mount Vernon Road. Lots of old people. It's not bad, but
It's not great either.
it's like we spent 2.5 hours there, and I really don't like sitting for that long. And it's really embarrassing to get up because then all the other people think I'm going to pull a gun or something. I don't know. That's just the read I got of it in high school when I had to stand up for my back. This one girl always looked at me like I was going to shoot the place up.
It's ignorant. People.
It's really funny.
Okay, so you see the Barbarian lumber in.
I have to say, I don't know if I can use entanglement that much.
Not enough vines.
This is about actual size.
This is going to be interesting. Now, would it count if I already used entangle on the source? Can I use it on him too?
You have to prepare how many times a day.
It only, that's what I'm saying, it only has it once. She already entangled it, so that's probably what
Well,
counts.
you're getting the Fey Wizard entanglement for free.
Okay. Well, Kobold, she doesn't see too much of it considering the size. However, he's massive, so she's going to try to entangle him. And she's really pissed off now. People are coming into her woods now.
So that's a reflex save, right?
I believe so. Let me double check this in case.
This is about actual size of an 8-week old puppy.
Puppy.
So when we got Sammy and Tell, she just kind of right up here.
A dog, so bad.
Then there's pictures of Pepper when she was this old. When I was trying to sleep on the couch,
Are they
she would just come
hard?
up and do this.
Are they hard to raise,
Okay.
puppies and dogs? I've never had one.
It's like having a little kid. You have to constantly
40-foot
supervise so
radius.
they don't eat something they're not supposed to
Reflex
do,
partial.
and then catching them when they're going to the bathroom. And you kind of, you put them where you want them to go, and they eventually learn that.
Because I've always had just cats.
Yeah, cats are a lot easier.
Because you gotta train dogs to do certain things. too.
Yeah, and dogs are, no matter how old they get, they're always going to be like a toddler. They're always going to be on you and need you like 24/7.
Mama is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
If
he's
I make
in
a-
like 10 feet.
reflex save, I don't get entangled, but there's still a chance to entangle.
Well, it has your movement speed when you're in the area of it. Okay, so roll your reflex.
That would be a 6.
You're entangled. You can make a strength check to break free if you'd like.
That's probably gonna work.
DC's 20. Oh no, DC is 20 plus cast roll, so 23.
Is it 20 plus caster level? I thought it was just straight 20.
It could be, yeah. We could just do 20.
Caster level, consider she's only 3.
Yeah, this is 20.
So yeah.
You are entangled. So after a while, you notice that the barbarian nor the kobold have reappeared. Dudes are effective.
You can tie him to a tree.
Well, every round that it's
He's like, why me?
Why was I born to be a babysitter for an 8-foot giant? All right. I'm just going to guess that there's something wrong. Cast shield and mage armor. Mage armor.
Now the
And
one
go
who
into
knows
the
how to
woods.
reason enters the scene.
all I said was hello.
Well, given the circumstance of what's going on, I'm pretty sure she doesn't know what's going on. Got an 8-foot giant, a Thane, and a little kobold.
Well, actually, he would need to make a reflex save too.
Yeah, that's true. Austin, you need to make a reflex save as well.
Oh, because he's in that area.
So D20 plus the total reflex.
In my skill?
And your
Stat block.
saves.
There we go.
I don't have reflex.
Yes, you do. Under saving throws.
Thunder saving throws.
Oh, saving throws. Oh. Saving throws. Oh yeah, there it is. 11 and my reflex is 6.
Okay, so you are not entangled, but you move at half your speed.
Mighty 15.
Yeah, DC 13.
No, he moves at a speed of 15.
Oh.
When you move at a speed of 15, his speed is 10 or 20. He's small sized. Small sized creature's
No.
base is 20.
My speed is 30.
Yeah, I believe kobolds are at 30 speed.
I'm a pencil shit.
Spats or something so small.
Find out.
Yeah, because gnomes and halflings move at 20 feet.
Mm-hmm. And I'm small.
And Goliaths move at 30.
Nope,
they're
it's
big.
30.
Huh.
Is it a class thing for kobolds?
No, it's just a race thing. What you usually throw at a first level party.
Okay, so enter the sorceress. You step in and see the barbarian entangled, the Fey wizard entangled, and the kobold.
Kobold just
So I can
With
tell,
the druid.
all right, I can tell it's a Fey wizard. Is he like got the bulb and tattoos and stuff?
Yeah, he's got the
Okay,
same
I
garments.
personally
Yeah.
I would have something against Fey and wizards because Fey and wizards consider sorcerers abominations.
Yeah, they do.
So basically, I'm like, thanks for capturing the Nazi. But well, all right. Okay, whatever the last two people who came in here did, I am certain they deserved it for some reason or another.
I said hello.
But okay, if you're going to be the face of the group, you get the charisma 17. But we're just on our way to Waterdeep. We heard someone scream for help and thought someone might be in danger. If that said person is the asshole in red wrapped up in vines, by all means do what you're going to do. If you've got any, barbed wire or firewood, I'll be glad to set them over a fire for you. But these guys, I know they just appeared. You're a little surprised. They don't mean any harm, even though they totally look like it and smell like it. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just take them back to our wagon. We can leave, maybe roast some marshmallows over the wizard.
You can take the wizard with you. All of you, please, take and go.
No, let me stop.
And take the little one with you.
Fine, I'll hook you up.
No,
You're both.
that. She's very willing for to release them and let them go. But as long as they take the wizard with them, or do whatever they're going to do with it.
So do I just like cut through all this brush, or does it wear off, or
No,
do
she
you
can
have to
release-
match?
I can release it,
Okay.
but I have to make sure that you're going to take the wizard with you first.
In a body bag.
Well, I might
That-
drag him behind the horses for a couple of miles. There might be a piece here and a piece there.
That works for me. She'll release him.
Oh yeah, just before you let him down, I'm gonna level my crossbow at this guy since he's already all wrapped up and fire one off into him. Well, that's an 8, but he can't really defend himself, so his base AC is probably like a 10 anyway. So.
Yeah.
Let me poke up.
Alright, I never said I was an archer. Alright, I'm gonna do something I know is gonna hit down. I'm gonna smack him with magic missile.
Yeah, I'll walk up to him and
You're
give him
still
a good-
entangled.
You can't.
You're entangled. I'm doing this while this guy is wrapped up because I don't want him to retaliate.
Fine.
There we go. Let's see. 5 plus 2. 7 points of damage from magic missile on the Thayan wizard.
So the effects of your magic missile, it makes him look like he just got into a really nasty bar fight.
Good.
You're not dead, but
I know. All right, scumbag. I just want you to get the point that there's somebody here that can do magic better than you, and she's willing to release you to an abomination to all of the material plane, like me and my friends. Now, I cannot be sure of this, but I don't think the kobold or the giant is eaten today. And I've just tenderized you. So you're either going to be very cooperative or you're going to be lunch. Can you at least nod your head to show that you understand?
Hold on.
What?
As he says lunch, I'm going to intimidate.
Guys,
How do you intimidate? You're wrapped up.
leaving food out.
You're immobilized.
Yes, but I can say something to intimidate him.
Yes.
That is a 17.
He understands.
You know what I was going to say? Me hungry.
It's not intimidating. Welcome to half the serfs in the land.
Oh no, there's a commoner uprising. Yeah, I give them a turkey and a pumpkin pie. Peace goes throughout the land for about 10 minutes.
Right.
Enough time for me to sneak on by. Essentially, I cast Thanksgiving. Alright.
No. I'm doing D&D. No, don't bug me.
Well, since the spell gets off everybody at the same time. I suppose the only one who could... No, not... I don't think anybody would be surprised because they're all getting down at the same time.
Help if I could spell.
Do I need to do something?
Yes.
Oh, you guys are quiet.
I was looking at a spell. All of you will need to make a fortitude save.
Natural 20.
You're fine.
No.
17.
Okay, you good?
Well,
12. Austin,
What?
you need to make a
Fortitude
fortitude save.
Fortitude. Oh boy. 7 in total.
Oh dear. Okay.
I got 1.
Austin and Crystal, your characters take 9 points of damage. You guys take
Ow.
5 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm good at 20 health now.
As a dark ball of mist gathers in the middle of where you're all standing and explodes outwards, hitting you.
He cast elevator fart.
Roll for initiative.
So am I free now?
Yes.
yeah.
Hey, 'cause the first thing you did once the vines came out and Those cast Circle of Doom.
18.
Okay.
Austin, initiative.
You got 15.
D20 plus your int.
And your dex. Well, in it.
15.
Okay. What was yours, Chris?
25.
15.
Alright. Roll for the Wizard. Oh, shit. Well then. Fucking hasty ass wizard.
Oh, I only got a 12.
You only have 12?
No, I mean, I only rolled a 12. I have plus 6 to that.
Alright, so, Chris, you are up.
Alright.
And even though the wizard nodded in understanding, you realize he's a little more powerful than you thought he was. Now that he's not wrapped up in lines.
Okay, well, I'm going to use move action to reload my crossbow. There's nothing around me that can give me an attack of opportunity. So I will fire said crossbow at him.
Okay.
Okay, does a 12 hit him?
No, you missed by 1.
Ha!
That was 12 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed. Unfortunately.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, and it will be Wizard's turn. Nasal issues today.
Always have nasal issues.
This is.
If you're hungry, I have stuff in the fridge.
Okay, thanks.
Are you wielding a weapon that gives you an attack of opportunity?
No, all I have is
The crossbow.
yeah.
What, the cobalt?
Well, in my hands though. That I'm not.
Right. Well, I'm
Cobalt,
using-
however, yeah, does provoke attacks of opportunity from the cobalt.
Okay. So you see him raise his hand at you with, a pointed nail. Cobalt, do you get an attack of opportunity?
He gets 5 of them.
How?
Combat expertise.
You don't get any more than
No,
your
you get one.
You get
That doesn't work for attack of opportunity. You
you
get
get
one.
one for each opportunity attack up to an amount equal to your dexterity bonus, but it has to be for a different reason. Like
Oh.
if he casts and doesn't do a concentration check, you get one. If he,
He would
tries to
have
move out,
right, he would
you
have
get
to
one.
be doing something else.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
So you get one attack of opportunity, Austin.
Okay.
I don't think he knows
Attack
what that
him.
is.
Got him?
It's basically a regular attack roll with the 20, your base attack or your attack modifier.
Attack modifier? Oh, my total attack bonus?
Yes.
Yup.
That would be the total attack. 19.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
What? What's my damage die?
It'll be on your weapon.
1d4 plus your dexterity. No,
I don't have a
strength.
D4.
He doesn't have a D4.
No, they didn't tell you it was my first time. I had a
thought it was-
D20 and 2 D6s.
I thought it was his third time.
Wait, what did you say?
Nothing.
Not you.
I'll just roll for him.
I asked
Yeah.
Lucas. Yeah.
Lucas roll for me.
My Dungeons and Dragons set's in the mail.
So
2
2
plus...
plus his dex modifier.
No, I
Which would
think
be what?
finesse only counts for hit, not damage.
Strength is still done.
My
damage.
dex.
Alright,
My dex
it'll
modifier
be,
is 5.
It'll be the strength modifier then for the damage.
Strength
Yep.
0.
So 2.
Stab.
Wait, no, that needs to be that number. almost enough to interrupt his spellcasting. But it's pretty much like a nick on the arm. So he grunts a little, but completely ignores the kobold strike, even though it's torn his neck's pretty gross now. His finger is still raised, and a blackish ray comes out of his finger. What is your touch AC?
13.
13. He hits you. The ray strikes you in the chest. And you suddenly feel weaker. Ooh. Okay, so 1, 2. So your strength modifier, or your strength has dropped by 5.
Okay.
You are enfeebled.
But I'm still able to keep myself up.
Fortunately, strength is not your dump
Yeah.
stat. So,
Actually, it was just.
well,
I'm just glad I got a 14.
and it is your turn, Luke.
Okay. So, I'm gonna.
That's not a very high level spell either.
It's first level spell, right? It really,
It just gets nasty the more levels you have.
especially if you get like.
And having a
ray.
base of a possible 6.
What's nice is that the chill touch does 1 possible strength point damage, because Rave Enfeeblement can't take you below 1,
True.
but chill touch can. So you can completely immobilize, make someone helpless with 2
Drop
first level
somebody's
spells.
stat, yeah.
So, I'm gonna rage and beat this guy over the head.
Alright, this is your rage for the day.
Yep.
So you're pushing the kobold out of the way.
I can get there. Still beat him.
Dude, you only have a movement speed of 30 feet.
40.
No, you don't. When you took that racial substitution level for Barbarian to get Mountain Rage, you give up the things
Yeah,
that you
it's in
take
place of.
of the class. You don't get fast movement.
You have to choose one or the other, not
Yeah,
both.
you get the ability to turn large and get a +6 when you rage. You don't get to move fast at the same time, too. Just like at 5th level, you can take
Yeah, you can take
light
substitution
fortification.
levels. So you get the substitution level, but you don't get the normal one.
That's why it's called substitution, not add-on or additional add-ons. You don't get both. Just like at 5th level, if you want, you can take light fortification, and you can have a 25% chance to be immune to critical hits and sneak attacks, but you won't get uncanny dodge or improved uncanny dodge, which will just say basically fuck
uncanny
you to
dodge?
all. Improved uncanny dodge makes it so that rogues and other players don't get a flanking bonus against you, and so rogues can't get a sneak attack. Improved uncanny dodge means you simply cannot be flanked. You get only a rogue of 5 levels or higher of you can sneak attack you. So every time they think they're going to sneak attack, they just do normal damage to you.
Flanking, say this is the enemy, right? And here's one party member and another party member. They get a flanking bonus, which is they roll their attack, they add their bonus, and then they add 2 because they're flanked.
Isn't it like a cone? Like a
No,
curtain
it's just-
area?
Those are for like breath weapons and stuff like that. Or like cone of cold. Dragon's breath, that kind of thing.
You do, however, because you turn large, you get the reach of 10 feet.
I mean, he's right. He's in the same area, but
Yep. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And rope.
Now you're gonna do that and wait, who did we make the wizard? Because this is my wizard thing.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, we'll put him over here then.
Excuse me. So I wouldn't have needed to move, so
No, you'd have been fine where you were.
then I would have gotten an attack of opportunity. Because I was
You
under
don't
the-
have reach on your weapon
I thought that
normally
was
until
somebody's.
you rage.
I thought that was somebody's character because
But I
nobody
was
asked
sitting
me
right
where the
here.
wizard was. So
How are you sitting right here if you said you were sitting right here? Because I was behind you. I wouldn't have come up to reach with you and started shooting at somebody.
either way, we figured out where everybody is now.
Or we could just grab a giant and put it there because he technically is giant. A giant because he takes
But
a large amount of
it
space.
was more of a question with the wizard.
Yeah.
Because somebody just stuck him on the board, and I thought it was somebody's character.
Which one? Which one am I? You're so tiny.
Okay, so you're going to rage and attack him?
Yep. That is a...
Remember, you get a -1 to attack because you're large sized, get -1 to AC because you're large sized, in addition to the -2 to AC you get because you're raging.
Yep, I know. So that would be that is a 15.
Okay. Roll your damage. So he doesn't have a high AC. Okay. So you smash him over the head for 23 points of damage, cave in his skull, and he crumples to the ground like a discarded basket of laundry.
Bit excessive.
Okay, so he's
Oh.
no longer.
Thanks a lot. We could have questioned him and figured out what was going on in the other town.
Wasn't intentionally trying.
You didn't intentionally try and kill him by turning yourself into a giant, smashing him over the head with essentially an anvil on a stick. So now we got to go all the way to Waterdeep and potentially spend a day or two wandering around a big city trying to figure out what the hell these people want, rather than we could have just asked him.
Would I know anything what that thing was after?
I was gonna say.
What he was doing in the forest?
Would I know anything?
Not necessarily, and unfortunately now you don't have the chance to ask him. He's kind of dead.
Kind of.
He's very
I
dead.
think he's pulverized.
How many hit points does that fucker have?
He only has like 20.
We're third level
You know,
characters.
and
We don't need to
he
dish
took
out
2
50
out
points of
them,
damage.
and- yeah, they're not that. I mean, he's got powerful spells. The spells are always powerful, yeah. But the rest of you notice that the sorcerer is, seems a little. What did that drop your strength to anyway?
9.
Yeah.
It goes away in, I think, 1 level per minute. Which
Yeah,
means
but
I'm
you're
about,
kind of
I
going-
have the strength of a normal... Well, technically I have the strength of a commoner
Yeah.
right now, so... But I can at least still carry my shit.
I'm gonna check on your ponies.
Well, no, it's not like the entire party didn't see you get shot by a ray of darkness. Right to the boobs!
B-E-W-B-S boobs.
Well then, I'd rather have the thing that's shooting evil magic at us dead than you.
I would rather allow the plot to flow normally instead of just kill everything in sight. What are we doing now?
Alright.
Checking his wallet. There is no wallet to check. You smash his head into his asshole.
Smoking bathroom break, and then you guys can go about searching him or whatever. Let's see. Other than the little tear in the arm that the kobold caused, The rodents are really nice.
At least red doesn't stain red.
Yeah, they're black and red robes.
Careful. We already back up.
Don't fall over there.
No.
Tired?
No.
Chilling.
Meow meow. Oh, yeah, a little bit too hot.
Okay, so the necromancer is laying dead on the ground. A pool of blood forming under his head.
This is not going to be good for my flowers.
Yeah, I think Thans are too sour to make good fertilizer.
So is anybody searching him?
I'm not touching him. I might spit on him,
I'll search him.
especially since I'm not a butcher. I don't need to handle that
He
much
was in my forest after all, to make sure he didn't take anything.
chunked hamburger meat that's left of him.
Right.
Turn the body into soil or something. What's he doing?
No clue.
Who?
You? All that noise.
I just got back. I was gonna say I gotta go pick up something at a store because I'm forced to.
You're forced.
So just put the person I live with is all like, hey, go pick it up.
It's a Goliath. It's a colossal.
Gargantuan-sized pug.
Alright.
Ultra slob. Lobby slobber.
That reminds me of an episode of Wander Over Yonder, where they live on a planet, and once they get it nice and green, a giant space dog comes over and eats it. Because it looks like it's at his ball.
So you search him. On his person, he has obviously his robes. He
Takes
has
it.
a small pouch containing 5 silver
I want to eat one.
and a curious looking bag.
I'll take the silver and bag, I guess. If they don't want to look, they can have the robes.
Alright.
It's wearing robes.
Chris is like, yeah, no thanks.
The bag, as you pick it up, even though it's, reasonably sized, is incredibly light. As if there's nothing in it.
Okay. Let's get that figured out. Can she search the bag? As if something's in it?
Well, it depends. Are you going to look into the bag, or are you going to stick your hand in the bag?
I'm not sticking my hand in anything. I'll look in the bag.
I'll do it!
You look into the bag and see nothing. However, it doesn't. You can't see the bottom of the bag. It's black.
I'm not sticking my hand in that bag.
You could try and
I'll
dump
do
it
it.
out.
Huh?
Try and dump it out.
Yeah, you could do that. Just flip the bag over.
I don't know if I want anything in that bag coming out in my forest, though, considering, but yeah,
Grabs the bag
I'll lay the
and
bag down
turns
and
it
see if
upside
anything
down.
comes out, I suppose.
So you just kind of like.
Gently, just like, see if there's anything that
So
rolls
you go to
out.
shake the bag out, and out pops a potion bottle.
Uh-huh. What color's the bottle? Better not be black.
It's kind of a greenish color.
Okay.
But there's no skull and crossbones on it, so.
I asked either of them if they want the potion. I like the bag.
I have no idea what it is. If there's no label on it, then I don't have identify.
You have knowledge, or you have alchemy.
Yeah, that is true.
Just roll your profession check and see if you can identify it.
$16.
You identify this as a potion of spider climb.
Spider climb?
Drinking it allows you to walk on walls and ceilings.
It's literally the Spider-Man spell.
Check your hold.
Gotcha.
Oh, and he has his amulet.
So he basically has his amulet and ropes left.
Yeah, pretty much.
One more of those things, and I swear I'm opening a store.
You know what? I'll take the amulet and kick the body.
Okay. Alright, other than that, he has nothing else on this person. Figure out experience here.
Side. Person owns the house, I gotta go listen to him.
Alright.
I'm back.
So you each receive 338 experience.
300 and what?
338.
So 538. There we go. Wiggles.
So Chris, we should be at 3688.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what will you do now?
H ear. No, Lucas.
So I'm gonna first attempt try to get rid of the body that's left in the forest grounds. Because I don't know if that's gonna
Just
be.
roll it out to the
I
road
don't
and
know
leave
if
it there.
it's toxic, considering how it's dark magic.
Put it in the middle of the road and catch it on fire.
Works for me. What about
So you're
you?
gonna take it to the road and set it on fire.
Version 1.1.
Well, I can't personally lift it, so.
Considering my diminished strength, I can't lift it right now either.
Neither can the kobold.
They're all looking
Ah,
at
I'm small.
I'll grab it by its foot and lift it.
Oh boy, its organs are spilling out of its head hole.
Woo!
you. She's in there picking them up, putting her hand,
He's
falling
fucking
behind
good.
us. It's mountain road. She doesn't want that in her damn woods.
You gotta go drag it to the road.
Chris is like, jeez.
Yep.
So you drag the body out to the road. Just drop it and set it on fire.
Yep.
You have any kerosene or lamp oil to use?
I have lamp oil and flint and steel.
Okay. You set the body on fire.
You set the woods on fire.
No.
Woo!
Dirt road.
Yeah.
Okay. No dry
It
brush.
smells terrible.
It smells delicious. Some barbecuing. It smells like somebody's barbecuing a pig.
Kobold likes to eat her own gold, so yeah. Oh yeah, dear.
Alright. You're gonna stay until the fire goes out?
I have to watch it. So it doesn't burn my forest.
Still waiting for the spell to wear off.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle,
I
wiggle,
think I'm
wiggle.
gonna lay down in the back of the wagon.
So by the time that the body is ash, the enfeeblement has worn off.
Well,
It's
there's my,
about
oh,
1
there's my
o'clock.
switch.
I cast a torch hotter than a crematorium. Burns bodies in an hour.
You fucker.
Well, I say to the halfling, since you've spotted one of these in your forest and the Thanes never do anything by themselves, rest assured their agents are already somewhere around lurking that would have brought this one out of his tower. And just because we've killed one doesn't mean that they're going to stop. In fact, it means they're probably going to come here with heavier arms, because they'll think that whatever killed the Thane wizard was definitely worth protecting.
You have a good point.
We're on our way to find out why the previous town we were in, they decided to raise and desecrate the dead, so that we had to smack them all over the inn walls in the middle of a fine night's sleep.
She wrinkles her nose. How big of a town? Is there lots of people? Because I don't like people.
20, 30 maybe. Enough for me to buy these 2 horses and a wagon.
Ponies? She gets all excited. She ignores you completely, goes straight for the horses.
Oh, that's
I'd
settled.
feed them apple slices. I'd feed them apple slices, but they're too tall and I'm too short.
Yeah, she'll come up to
Wiggles
about
and
their
chases
knees.
after. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
So you see the little halfling, she's up there, her little hand's trying to reach for the pony's noses or something. So you found a weakness.
Lifts you up. Lifts you up on my shoulders.
So you're the size of a regular person now.
There you go.
So you'll be continuing? Are you accompanying them?
Is there ponies?
Of course.
Then I'll go with the ponies.
Drive the ponies.
So you continue along your merry way.
Why is there a chain shop in my zone game?
What is he saying?
I have no clue.
Something about change?
Why is there a chain shop in my Legend of Zelda game?
Oh.
It's all made by the same guy in the same company who's been making the same game.
No, I'm playing
since 1986.
I'm playing Link's Awakening, where Legend of Zelda meets Mario. There's Goombas, chain shops, booze.
Like I said, it's been the same game since 1987. Oh no, I had an original Nintendo, and I've been playing them up until the N64. It's like, it's the same game every time, I'm not buying this anymore.
Throws another copy at you. Shut up!
Alright.
You do not
So you don't
just,
see anything
play princess.
else out of the ordinary on your way to Secomber. And you reach the small town of Secomber, which is a little smaller than the town you just came from. There's maybe a few, I wouldn't even call them houses, more like, little just, farmhouses. They don't have an inn. They don't have a blacksmith. It's mainly a small
Where's the blacksmith?
farming community.
It's a cottage in a field with a sign.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like Page, Arizona.
It was like, what would this be considered non-slavery D&D sharecropping? Or it's just
Yeah, right.
3 families own 1 plot of land and they all work it?
Yeah. The guy's name is Jeb.
Zebra.
Just don't sleep with the Crushinator.
So you ride into town, and a couple of farmers are looking at you weird.
That's probably because they haven't seen a woman that isn't their sister mama in a long time.
Most people don't even stop in this town, they just keep on going.
It's what cheer Iowa.
Yeah, so whether you guys want to stop here, that's up to you.
Well, we didn't bring any provisions other than what we just have on our backpacks, unless they can
And you have
sell
a
us
fire.
like,
That's fucking
food that's
tits.
in
Now,
barrels.
if you don't stop here, you can make it to Waterdeep by nightfall.
Is there a rush?
Not particularly.
No, it's just,
Fill up, ration, relax. You just got done with a fight. I mean,
I don't want to scare these people off by showing them a real gold piece, though.
be courteous.
They're probably not used to it.
You're probably farmers, so they're probably courteous.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got food.
Yeah.
They're
But is
on
it
the
food
river,
that's
they've
going to
got
be survive
fish.
the road?
They're
Well, they've
farmers.
got fish. They dry
Fish.
fish and
What kind of crops?
wheat, barley,
Corn.
oats, corn,
Cabbage.
We could have them make some
vegetables.
awful hardtack
Get the fuck out of here.
flour.
What time of day is it? Afternoon?
It's about 2:00.
Brunch. About tea time.
Yeah. Food.
And second breakfast.
You
And
know
I'm sure
exactly
they have
what
an
I'm
assortments
saying.
of jellies and jams.
We've had one, yes.
The only spectacular, or what would be to them spectacular, is their orchard of fruit trees. They have a nice orchard. That's kind of like the key attraction of this
What's the
town.
fruit?
Well, I would say
They've got peaches, they've got apples, Oranges, stuff like that. No bananas.
I
To
tropical
make that
fruits.
point.
I can see us passing.
Not him.
Not him or the kobold, because they're probably going to get scared.
Is there any way we can convince them to stay in the cart so they don't scare the farmers off till we speak to them?
Yeah, we'll
Talk to
bring,
them.
stay in the cart and we'll bring you food.
Okay.
Wiggles.
I sit on it.
All right, she goes with Chris and I guess cautiously goes to the farmers to make sure that we have a good first impression.
I just tell them we're on our way to Waterdeep for business. We'd like to know if we can buy any of your beautiful crops that we've seen as we've made our way past your fields.
Not to
But
mention
of course,
feed the
how
horses
much
too.
do you
feed the
want?
horses.
Mhm.
Well,
We've got apples, plums, peaches, pears, carrots, oats, barley.
Oats probably good.
Keep talking like that, my
Nope.
freaking kobold's gonna come out. with
the kobolds are carnivores. Why would it want barley?
They've got dried fish.
No, I meant fruit.
Yeah, right. I'd say first I want to think about things that will survive the road. Things like maybe if you've got any hard breads,
Sure.
jams and jellies, fish.
Apples is also
Yeah, apples.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yep, they do have jams and
Great for the
jellies, considering
horses.
all fruit trees.
Basically, I showed them the wagon out back and say if we can outfit this for a good long journey, I'm certain I can compensate you well and more than you'll
Well,
get selling at the local market.
you're in luck. We planted mostly apples this last year, and we have a lot of carrots. So we can give you a discount on those. You know, that would, you could eat the apples and carrots yourselves as well as feed them to the horses.
Not to mention I can create water, so that would be good for making stews.
Mm-hmm.
So do they have any cabbage?
Yeah.
So
I don't have any. I don't have the arms and equipment guide for the official D&D WotC prices of various produce products. So
Yeah, no, I'm
up
just
to the
thinking-
DM to just say how much you
I'm
want.
not looking all that shit up, you know.
Yeah.
They sell it
One
by bushel,
goal.
so
You just sell because I mean
decide
they've
how many
got
bushels of what you want.
yeah they've got around they've got like average prices in here. Like I think it's a silver piece for a pound of flour, 2 gold pieces for a whole pig. So
Right.
I'm working with
does
about
he have any
14.
meat products?
They have dried fish.
Yeah.
I can't make stews out of fish, can
You
you?
can make
Yeah, you
fish
can.
too. Sure you can.
As
Actually,
long
quite
as
good.
that kobold does not eat the fish, we can put fish in the wagon.
Feed them the fish heads. They're carnivores. They'll eat it.
Ew.
You know, and he goes through the says the most expensive things are the jellies and the fish. You know, the orchard stuff and the stuff off the farms we produce en masse, so it's a little cheaper.
Okay.
But we gotta cure the jellies and all that stuff. We gotta catch and dry the fish and preserve it.
Salt it. Oh, do they have any seasonings?
Yeah, sure, they got salt and various cooking. herbs
Basically,
like
at this point,
rosemary
I hope you
and
got
stuff.
somebody to take down a list of leisure for you who's good with numbers, because we need a bit of everything.
He says, well, we sell it by the bushel, and if you're wanting to buy fish for a journey, we can sell it to you by the barrel.
Sounds good.
So just let me know how many bushels or barrels of whatever you'd like, and I'll put together a total price for you.
Well, if I figure stomach size between you and the kobold will probably count as like half rations,
Yeah.
he'll probably count as 2. So we've got a 4-person need.
How long are you planning your journey for?
Right now we're planning our journey up to Waterdeep. We just want to make sure we don't run out of anything while we conduct some business.
So
and
enough
then-
to get there, and then enough to last you a few days after, maybe, while you're traveling again.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Okay. All right. He says, well, barrel of fish will last you that long. They're all dried and salted, and the barrel of fish will cost you 3 gold.
I want to make sure I get all this down.
And we'll give you kind of a combo deal on the apples, the carrots, the cabbage,
Okay.
and all this. So you get like
Does
one.
this
bushel
farm
of
have a
each.
name in case we come way back this way? We
It's
can.
Secumber. SECOMBER.
Don't fall in holes.
You know, and for
Okay.
a bushel of each item if you don't want any jams. Do you want any jams?
Yeah. Dude, I got
Okay, so
1,700 gold pieces for character creation.
like a box of jams.
You just tell me how much it is. I mean, at this point, I could technically buy their farm, but
Yeah,
I just want to buy
probably.
lots of stuff from them and let them know I'm
So
serious.
the box of assorted jams will cost you 15 gold. Because glass
Give them like
is
60.
rather
Be
expensive.
nice.
But hey, at least you'll have some jars to use for whatever you want.
I could put eyeballs and crap in here.
You know, like acid.
Yeah,
Potions.
Yeah.
it's a shitload of LSD, man. I'm
And
not drinking a whole mason jar.
For a bushel of each.
You could put up gold
Carrots,
pieces
apples,
from
yada,
the
yada, yada.
kobold.
We'll say, 5 gold for a bushel of, all of the things that they produce, which will give you enough rations for a week and a half. Does that sound fair?
What about your seasonings? Salt, peppers.
They're tossing the seasonings in because you're buying so much stuff. They'll just give them to you.
Okay.
How many bushels do we want?
We'll say you have a total of,
Especially, you got to make sure how much room we have because you got people in the wagon.
so it'll be a barrel of fish and 9 bushels of assorted
10.
things,
10 bushels.
and then a crate of jams.
11. And they're stackable if we have any roving time on the side of the wagons too.
Altogether, it will weigh about. Let's see, another like 10 pounds for this. So it'll weigh about 95 pounds for all the vegetables.
That's cool. These horses can pull
Oh,
a
yeah.
shit ton of weight.
But that food will last you a week and a half.
Okay. Well, what I've got added up right now, as far as like per bushel, is 18. Is 23 if it's one of everything. I guess I'll give them 25 for such good service if we can park our wagon out here and stay on the road for the night.
He even he tosses a cooking tripod and a kettle in,
Okay.
as well as the package of spices and whatnot.
Here at Tegrity Farms, we
You said a
aim to
cooking pot
please.
and what?
The
The
tripod.
tripod for the cooking pot and the kettle and the package
Which means
of
you're gonna have
spices.
to get firewood and stuff too eventually.
Well, you're
There's not
right
too
away
much of a
in
problem.
the
We've got-
forest, so you
Yeah,
pick up deadfall and
We've got a druid and a barbarian with survival. I'm assuming you probably have knowledge nature or survival as a skill.
I don't have fire though.
Yeah, but knowledge nature or survival. If you get above,
Yeah, I
I
have.
think I have.
if you get above a 15, you're able to feed and supply firewood, food, and clean water for one person per level.
Well, she can also make water too.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know how to swim yet.
That should be more than enough to feed the creatures and the party. Now, did you want to stay here through passing or stay? I didn't hear that part. Like relax the wagon.
I guess I just gave him 25 because it's a rounder number for me to cut off on my.
No.
Gold.
Like, did you want to stay at the farm overnight and then take off at daybreak? Because it's already the afternoon, and we don't know if there's other creatures out in the forest right now.
That's true. I can't see in the dark.
Neither can
I can.
Of course, the kobold can.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Park
stay.
it.
Yeah. That's my character.
You were showing me. I gotta draw mine.
There's them puppies.
The doggies.
They're on my lap at my. When I was watching them at my parents'
I
house.
want one so bad.
Sandwich.
Oh yeah, I have to go to the store soon.
Then go.
More than likely, if I ever got a pug, I'd call it Otis. You know why?
Milo Notice.
Mhm.
The
That's probably old, like a really. That or Boogle. I'll
Well,
think about Boogle.
I would have called it the pug name from Men in Black.
Frank.
Yeah.
That's where I first saw pugs. Was I was in first grade, and I didn't realize until I was in college when I found out the horrible truth behind that movie that Japanese guy, because they don't have a humane society in Japan, because why would Japanese be humane?
Were they mean to the dogs?
Mean nothing. They killed over 26 cats in that movie, and they killed let's see,
What?
4 of the dogs that were Otis, the female dog, and all the puppies that it gave birth to,
Uh-huh.
all dead.
Why?
Because he wanted his shots for his movie. He made the female pug give birth too early. Forced her.
Induced it?
Yeah, induced it. She was also too young, so all the puppies
Aw.
died. She died. The pug died. 2 pugs died just from being put through so much exhaustion. One got hit in the head by a bear. And they would just like, for that one shot where they tossed the cat off the cliff, he just tossed it off a waterfall and had somebody film it in slow-mo.
It's terrible.
Puppies. There was underbite.
Hey, what movie did that?
Milo and
Otis.
Otis.
Never seen it.
It's a really old movie.
Santa got the towels.
Look like sweet dogs.
Yeah, this is like the one time they're nice to each other.
Oh, they fight a lot?
Pepper likes to charge into Sammy a lot to like try and get her to play, but Sammy's 9 and Pepper's 2.
Older.
And she also gets mad
complex.
if I pay attention to Sammy. I'm like, what? I've known her a lot longer. It was only Saturday I was able to sit there and pet Sammy without Pepper charging into her. Like, the occasional picture I can get, this is just before she tackled my wife, because I wanted to get a picture of her and Sammy together. And then Pepper came up and charged Janet.
Was it like the puppy complex?
Yeah, it's like, pay attention to me, pay attention to me.
Kenzie's like that. Mama don't care.
Janet's first soda.
That woman knows too. Breathe again.
I just love some of the pictures I got with her with the kids, because she had to keep turning the head around because it would spin around on her. So the kids would just kind of look at her funny when they wanted, like fist bump the Easter Bunny, and she's just sitting there like, what? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Kinda creepy.
smoke and figure out how I want to do this next part.
Are you gonna turn
Carefully.
off? Are you gonna put the stream on pause?
Because Austin had to go for a few minutes.
Oh, did he? Oh yeah, he ran to the store, didn't he?
Austin, you
No,
still here?
I'm still here.
Then go now.
Go now. Do your.
Okay.
Yep.
Whew.
I have a couple of ways that I can do this. Warm in here.
Hey, Levi. You done with your ball?
Yeah.
Ow. Where's my shirt?
Did you make those or buy those?
I bought them in a big pack, but I use hot glue to attach washers to the bases so they stay steady when they're up. Unfortunately, most
Those
of
are
them,
really nice.
the hot glue just didn't do it for a lot of them, and they came apart at the base, or they come apart at the washers. So I think if I get, there's like this special kind of glue at Joanne Fabrics. It's meant to stick to polyurethane plastics. If I get that instead of using hot glue, it'll probably work better.
It makes the atmosphere look better.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter if they're messed up or not. The more kind of messed up they are, the more real they look.
Mm-hmm.
I was just surprised that it was $29.99 for a pack of 14 of these, and then for a pack of 3 it was $11.99. So
We gotta probably get like a dead tree and have moss and stuff hanging off. We're gonna make it.
they do have dead ones. I was originally going to try and make them out of wire by like wrapping wire around a base and stuff, but
Be heavy.
yeah, it'd be heavy and it would just hurt my hands too much. But they do have ones for people who like to put on their own flocking. Like some people like to do the red for fall, or put white stuff on there for snow. But
Christmas flocking.
yeah, I just wanted to get a couple of normal ones and then maybe put a base coat of black and then do some lighter, lighter,
What?
um,
I'll go with you.
dry brushing to make it look kind of dead, and then maybe like a spider
Oh,
stuff.
like webbing. That's kind of neat. Any things like this, they tend to make me curious about how it's created. My dad used to do this stuff all the time. He didn't have like the stand you did. He had a foldable table, and they had mats like cornered, and they would put them together, kind of like a train. How they would do with trains.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he would use to do.
I watched a tutorial of a guy who made a table that had a flat screen like that
Mm-hmm.
in the center of it so that he could type up on his laptop the maps he had made with the grid, and then it had plexiglass over it, and you could just put the, kind of switch around. It was
That'd be kind of neat if you
Yeah.
can do like some kind of digital glass underneath, like on the table, and then connect it to and then you design your own mats and have them change. That'd be kind of neat. Expensive, but that'd be kind of neat.
I think that might have been what they were trying to pull with
Kind of like
Fourth
a
Ed.
3D thing, or
No, it was just a flat screen like that, and they would just pull up the grid that he had designed for maps, and you put the minis on top. But no, in the beginning, before Fourth Ed came out, they tried to show all this stuff with the laptop, and everybody had a laptop to play. And I'm like, I don't want a computer to play Dungeons and Dragons if I'm going to be rolling dice. It's like, it's just...
a lot of people do the digital dice when they do stuff like that. It kind of ruins it.
Yeah. I mean... I don't know. It's just... if I'm not sitting there with other people, it just feels kind of weird. I mean, I don't mind...
Digital.
Because, I don't mind digital so much. I don't mind sitting there with somebody who's really there. But if I'm just getting, like, a chat feed or something, I rolled a 26. Well, how do we know?
Right.
Seems like you always seem to be able to roll yourself out of any situation.
It
So,
almost counted as that.
the Arbor Day Foundation came by.
Ah! Are they done with their negotiations with PETA?
I guess.
Eat animals, dear.
No, but Pete also kills more animals per year than
Anyone else?
they have a certain quality of life issue for animals. If they don't reach that, then they put them down.
I don't know how long it'll.
I don't know. He
Be
said he's
back.
gonna be going with somebody, so.
Praise the sun!
Crystal, did you want your pop?
I don't have pop.
I had him pick up a thing that Diet Sunkiss.
And everybody else
I was gonna
has
say,
snacks
I take
with
it
me.
this was for her.
What? No, I got my tea. Okay, everybody else has snacks, chips, candy, and jerky for you. Oh.
Well, not anymore.
Well, this bag is still sitting here. I didn't devour it. We bring it for everyone, yet every other week it just ends up both in your hands. You're like, I don't know what happened to it.
Did you
And
want
I'm
your
sitting here
candy
thinking
bar?
you bought it for everybody.
I did! He just grabs them both.
Yeah.
No, I grabbed one, and then when the other
And then
one
Luke
made-
passes me the other one. It's like, keep it secret. Keep it safe.
And then you stick it on the
and
table
then,
and he
when it
eats
remains untouched, then I eat it.
Oh.
Did you want your candy bar?
Do you want some? It's just original.
Oh no, I'm just
Okay.
heckling him.
Alright, so he'll be on autopilot for the moment.
Me and Chris decided that it was best to stay at the farm overnight, considering it's afternoon. Dusk will be coming, and we don't know if there's other storks in the forest.
Fair enough.
So,
I'd much rather get attacked by a swarm of dire squirrels than a troll or something.
Alright, well, since you bought so many of their goods, they'll put you up for free for the night.
Yay, we invented Airbnb.
now, I thought you said they have no inn or taverns.
They don't, so we're just
They
in
don't,
their house.
so-
Set up like the pod cook, night,
Yeah, just
relax
camp.
out there. Yeah.
Or you could just sleep outside in the orchard.
It don't bother me now.
Yeah. We hear you singing that song, Millions of Peaches,
Peaches for me. No. I gotta get the phone stuck in my nose.
Alright. You know, the day wears on and eventually comes to night, and you know, you're sleeping in the orchard.
Sure. No, I'm sitting near the ponies.
Alright.
I'll be in the back of the wagon.
I'm
My
assuming
feet sticking out the back of it.
Austin's in the back of the wagon.
Probably.
Okay. So both of you roll a perception check. It's now dusk.
I was told not to scare the locals.
Yep.
9.
18.
As you're staring off into the fading light of the day, you know, as soon as night is about to take over, you think you see movement on top of one of the houses, just over the gable.
I can't see in the dark.
Hmm?
I don't have.
There's a little bit of daylight left,
Oh,
not a lot.
okay.
So you're wondering if it's
The little bag.
the
It's adorable.
Chucky is mine. Precious.
so you're wondering if it's actually something there or if it's, you know, the very little amount of daylight playing tricks on your eyes. When you look again, there doesn't seem to be anything there.
Can he just? It's just him.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that because we had a very long day and I got hit with a crap load of negative energy, it's probably just me.
Yeah, no, it's time to sleep.
Yeah.
So the daylight fades out within the next 20, 30 minutes. You know, the fire dies down. You get some sleep. You know, your rest goes pretty uneventfully. Other than the horses, you know, shaking and flopping their tail once in a while because they sleep standing up. And the light of morning comes. Next to where you were camping, there's a folded note, you know, on parchment. You know, somebody's placed a rock on it to hold it down.
This thing says "We know" and it's got a black handprint. I didn't do shit.
What is the password? Silence, brother.
What languages can you comprehend?
Common, Draconic, Elven, and Celestial.
Okay. What language I don't remember which ones they gave you.
I think it was Elven, Common, Orcish, and Dwarven.
Alright, and I assume that once the light wakes you, you're rejoining the group. You weren't that far away anyway. So.
No, it's by the horse's legs.
So you notice that, you know, the sorceress is reading a note. The note is written in Elven. And
Okay.
it says, "Meet me in Waterdeep. Look for the drunken eye." It's not signed by any particular name.
Paper parchment, and we get a random Elven letter.
Well, at least it's a part B to the part A of us getting to Waterdeep. We can look for a drunken eye.
Alright.
So can I go say goodbye to the farmers who sold us all this stuff? Wish them well.
They thank
Okay.
you kindly, and
I just didn't want to go in there, and then there's been the, some farmhouse massacre because I missed something jumping on the roof.
no, nothing bad has happened. Everybody's waking up, getting ready to tend to their crops and do their fishing.
That's why you bring that cat back. We're gonna talk.
God, Muzar.
They got one of their kids up in the attic who's just
Strangling cats.
No, he's just upstairs with the knife going, "Mother, sweet mother." It's like, "You're responsible for this, you little bastard. This is your mail."
That's funny.
It's like, yeah, this was supposed to go to you.
Yeah.
It's just as long as our target isn't Growlic the Kind.
With dyslexic elven postman.
Or like the guys that come up. Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Nothing. Gotta go.
Alright. Yeah, so I thank you for your purchases, and
Thank you for this gold. We're gonna
it's
ruin our
bright
economy.
and early. It's
Yeah.
like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mist and fog sickle me over the farm and all.
Yep. Still leaking out from the forest, and
Saddle up the horses and get ready.
all right.
Party and all.
So you get the horses ready and continue along your way. As you draw closer, a couple hours after traveling, you can see, the spires and walls of Waterdeep in the distance. And as you're traveling along the road, not more than maybe 50 feet up ahead, you see bannermen and guardsmen from Waterdeep on their patrol. And they're making their way towards you as they patrol the roads. And eventually, you guys meet and they stop and ask you if the roads that seem safe as you were on your way in.
It's really quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. Says, so what you heading to Waterdeep for?
Well, ever heard of the Drunken Eye?
I've heard of a person called the Drunken Eye.
It's a person?
Yeah, he drinks a lot.
I thought it was a tower.
That's what I thought.
That's what most people think.
All right. Well, apparently
We
that's
just
what we're
stopped
going to look
arresting
for.
him because we gave up on the thought that he was ever going to stop drinking. So he's a beggar in the city.
Oh, okay.
He's not violent, is he?
No, not violent. Just gets a little too drunk and a little too silly sometimes.
Silly how?
Usually with the women.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Never known him to be a violent chap. Just likes his alcohol. Eventually, late enough in the night, he just finds an alley to sleep in and sleeps it off. That or vomits into the sewers, one of the two.
Is there
Thanks
any
for
other,
that description.
Is there any other points of interest we should look into?
Says, well, if you want the nicer places to stay, you can stay at the Wyvern's Rest when you get in, or the Golden Harp. Those are our two nicest inns. If you're looking for the Drunken Eye, however, you'll probably want to head towards the Broken Lands. The beer and ale's a bit cheaper there, and it's a little more within its price range.
I see. Does the guard usually patrol this far down the road from Waterdeep?
We patrol to Somber and back, and then we go north
Oh.
through the mountain pass. We only take the mountain pass probably once every 3 weeks.
Well, if you ever go by the Somber Farm, be sure to stop in near tea time and try some of their delicious preserves.
Oh, there's no doubt. That's where we get our jams from.
We just make quite the purchase ourselves. I kind of open the back and I go, "Now we'll warn you, we've got a Thok in the back."
Is asleep?
Probably.
Okay, no issues then.
Here's the last question she's going to have while she's sitting on the back of the Barney and the horse, just on his neck because she's so tiny.
He's probably like, where's that coming from?
Has there been any rumors, any kind of work, blah, 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 blah?
If you're looking for the rumors and work, you can ask either the City Watch, or usually there is a
Aren't
kind
you
of
the
a.
City Watch?
No, they're patrolmen.
Oh, okay, well. Yeah.
They spend most of their time outside the city.
I mean, they used to be adventurers.
Then they got to narrow the name.
Yep, so I got the scar right there.
That's what I tell Janet, but then I took an arrow in the back.
Okay, so City Watch.
City Watch, and usually some of the less reputable taverns, like the Broken Lance, will have a help wanted board or something. There's small bazaars that you can pick stuff up at, and sometimes they need help, moving their goods. There's a lot of opportunity. Depends on where you look.
Off character, just like build it up and try to make bigger story instead of just going after main story. That way you can expand that way.
Yeah, that's what Waterdeep's for. It says, I warn you though, when you're in the less reputable parts of Waterdeep, watch your pockets.
Thievery.
The city's rampant with thievery lately. Doesn't matter how many we arrest, there's always more.
Glad I'm close to the ground.
Glad I have a brazier of holding one.
Just one?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just one of those cleavage option pockets. Dump coin purse down
super
there.
boob.
Yeah. That's what I called them in my old group, boobs of holding. She's like, you'd be surprised how much shit I can stuff in my bra, just pull out at random.
Now I wonder, is there someone who can identify that bag that I was looking for? I wanted to see
If you're
what
looking
kind
for
of-
people of the magical sorts, then you can find one in Waterdeep. There's a school of magic there.
Good. Is there an alchemy shop here too?
Could be.
Good.
Okay.
Right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll let you fellows and ladies be on your way. I'm assuming the guy in the back is a fellow.
The
And
lizard
then
thing
we'll be
standing
on.
on him is surprisingly a lady, which I think has like one of those Ms. Pac-Man bows on top of its head, just so you can tell.
He said he'd be back in 20 to 30.
Said very well. Well, good luck on your journey. I'm sure that at some point, if you pass through here again, we will meet. And he takes his patrolman and continues off sorts of comber.
Okay. So, early morning, late afternoon. What are we gonna do first?
First, you probably want to have your stables. Figure out where you're going to put the horses.
So
Yeah. Where the hell am I gonna put the
continuing-
wagon though without the horses?
Continuing to Waterdeep.
Well, you can park the wagon next to the stable
Okay.
that you rent out. And whether or not we want to stay in a good inn or the bad inns.
Well, the nefarious types are probably going to be in the bad end at night. And the good end shops are probably just going to be open from dawn to dusk. So if we've got any legitimate business and things to look out for,
Just like to
now is probably the time.
find a good inn, put all your stuff in so it's secure. Then don't take any gold or anything or stuff like that because you're going to get pickpocketed.
Yeah.
More than likely. Considering the issues.
Then how am I supposed to bribe people for information? Flash them?
But you got a bargain party, I'm sure.
Well, I got a 17 dex, 16 con, and a 17 charisma.
There you go.
Yeah, great. I really didn't get my charisma up to do this.
So you reach the city gate.
That doesn't work. I'm a gay gnome. Huzzah!
Wow.
I'd rather hang from George of the Jungle's vine there. Oh, watch out for that tree!
Only at this table.
Of course.
couldn't help it. It was too funny.
So you reach the gates, and they have not closed the gates for the night yet.
Okay.
It's mid-afternoon, probably about 1 o'clock-ish. So you got some time to explore and...
Well, how much does it cost to stable and house 2 stallions, or I think it's
2 heavy horses.
2 heavy horses?
At a reputable stable?
Does it have a sign that says reputable on it? Then it's probably not
I was
reputable.
about to say we wouldn't know that, so.
Well, you have the nice-looking stables, and then you have the stables in the more derelict district that are kind of made
I
out
guess
of
if
like
we
rotting
park
wood.
our horses and all that rations is going to be gone.
Yeah.
So
Although I don't know who go out of their way to steal just food. It's not like they're going to get a good price back on it to sell it.
I don't think it really matters as long as people picking pockets. Well,
I don't know. I guess as long as it's not a livery that has, wyvern mounts, Albert Owlbear mounts or something in it, where...
nothing made out of gold. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yes, we made all this gold by melting down the bones of angels.
So a normal stable.
Yeah. Casey's General Stable.
For both horses and the car, they're going to charge you 2 gold a day to store.
Okay.
Well, how many days do we want to spend here? So that way we
I don't know. I'm just going to write down minus 2 gold per day, depending on how long we're here. And then add it up. So we got 1 day on already. Okay. We're now free to move about.
Okay, so just a real quick background. Your character would probably be fine at the city. Expect, what Waterdeep would look like. Where does your character usually come from?
High mountains, but they deal with dwarves.
Well, okay, I mean, it's just a city that's not underground. You, however, walk in, you walk into the gate and you're on your way up to the stables to do all that kind of stuff, and
It smells
I look like a
the
child.
street is so wide to you. You're like,
and it smells
Well, I'm not
absolutely
afraid
awful.
of big spaces because there's the forest and everything, but it's just if there's a lot of people.
all the structures and people, and
She's not gonna like it, and she's not gonna venture too far.
the people are bustling, through the streets and going about their daily
It's
business.
like the opening to Beauty and the Beast, but no one's adorable. And there's a lot more feces on the ground.
So where will you go next after dropping off? your
Well, I
dog?
know mid-afternoon I'm not going to catch a drunk at a dive bar.
Not like
I'm going to have to wait a little while. I'm not really in the mood to buy anything after all the wagon and the preserve. All the rations and stuff. I'm good with that.
Babe,
I'm trying to think of something that I can maybe pry the drunken eyes memory open with a little bit, other than the cheap ale and wine. I'm starting to think of maybe there's some concoction at an alchemy store that
We brought this from the 9th level of the hells.
I do have that spider potion that you can like.
I'm gonna turn into Spider-Man!
There you go.
I don't know why, I'm just thinking of the old drunk from the beginning of Terminator. Hey buddy, did you just see a real bright light?
there's also the Doom guides to consider.
Yeah, but I don't know how to find those. Now I'm going to be able to walk up to people and just go, hey, how do I get the Doom guides? It's kind of like walking up and going, hey, how do I join the Harpers? Or where's the Zentarum? I've heard cool things about them. I want to see a Beholder. Where to begin? Where to begin? I already know where to find the Drunken Eye. We got 2 suggested places for us to in for the night. And the adventure in between time.
I wouldn't mind checking out like a magic store or something. Sitting out that bag I want to check out.
Well, the alchemist.
Well,
and
I guess if she's not if she's not used to cities, I am. I'll just go with her out of curiosity, because any place that has a mage that's going to identify a magic bag probably has something for sale in the way of oddities bottled
Well, sure.
that I could probably find. So,
And you can bet that there's probably an alchemist in the area somewhere.
I
So
brought this
to
from.
find the magic peoples.
Yep, unaccompanying her and just walking, trying to find the store.
hold your hand so you don't get lost.
You're not funny.
I don't want
The big sister
the
program?
the sex traffickers carrying you off.
Get away from me! I'm 64 years old!
That's disturbing.
Yeah. That's how the Japanese do it. They'll draw a little girl and go, no, she's 1,000 years old. That's the way the game Disgaea was. I was sitting there playing that thinking, wow, this is a really great game. And then, like, it has, like, one character, Etna, looks like a little girl in skimpy-ass clothes. Says, no, I'm like 1,500 years old. I'm like, oh, so that's how you're getting by it. And then the little angel girl, who's the good little lollies, I'm 2,100 years old. I'm like,
Sells.
if anyone else thinks I'm being racist towards the Japanese people, no, I'm being culturalist towards Japanese people. There are things I disagree with in everybody's culture, including my own. Saying that for the sake of the internet.
Just because we're talking
technically, that is how spider climb works. You need your hands and feet on the wall.
I remembered I'd had that. I was just trying to find the damn thing.
I have a particular thing for this.
There is the world's only pug cafe in
All right.
Japan. I just found that out a couple of days ago. I saw the video of it, and all the little pugs running around. They give you a sheet with the pug's picture and their gender and their name on it. But they also have a number because they wear little like basketball jerseys, so you can find out which pug you want to pet. You give them little treats, and they jump up. Pugs.
So you wander down the many streets.
Many or mini?
Have you seen how big Waterdeep is?
No, I
Like
was
many
just trying to hear this.
M-A-N-Y.
Okay.
Multiple streets. Until you come to a place with a sign that reads Bookworm's Treasure.
Really?
No, that's actually what it's called.
What does it say?
Like, seriously.
I'm pretty sure there's somebody in here that can identify that bag.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if they don't die of shock of seeing two females first.
So you step in, little bell on the door rings. There's books upon books upon books. It's almost like a private library.
Hence the name.
There is one counter, and behind it is an earthen-colored dragonborn that seems to be scribbling on a scroll sheet. As he hears the bell, and he looks up and goes, "Ah, customers!"
He eyes us again. You seem out of place. This is fourth ed territory.
What can I help you with today?
Looking for her to identify this small bag. It's light, It has very dark lining, and I can't see the bottom.
This is fine. Very well.
I
Here,
can't reach
let
over
me-
the counter, unfortunately.
He reaches down. Here, let me see the bag.
He can't like mage hand a little stool for her to stand on the other side. Just gonna whoop.
Or get one of those little grabby claws.
Yeah. I thought that's what mage hand was. I don't need to use my grabber no more.
So he looks the bag over, looks inside of it, sticks his hand in, rummages around the bag, pulls out a metal rod, sets it on the counter, rummages around the bag again, pulls out another small pouch that contains, some herbs and whatnot, and he goes, "This is a bag of holding."
You're not gonna pull a British doctor out of there too, are you?
It is a bag of holding type 3.
Oh wow.
However, sticks his hand in again. That seems to be the only other things in this bag.
Excuse me, out of character. What does it mean by type 3? What is that supposed to mean?
Type 3 means the amount that it'll hold. It also means how much it weighs.
You
It's
have
one
to
of
remember, I'm
the
trying to
The
learn
cubic
all
square
over
foot.
again.
Okay. The reason I made the Doctor Who joke is that a bag of holding is like a TARDIS. It's much bigger on the inside than it looks like on the outside.
Kind of like Harry Potter.
Yeah, kind of like Hermione's purse, except it doesn't pop out what you're thinking of. That's a Hewitt's handy haversack. I like those better, where you just say what you want and there it is.
Right.
But yeah, this thing, the cubic square footage on the inside is pretty big. It has like enough oxygen for a living thing for like 1 hour if you close the top. So if we wanted to hide you
put
in it,
Cheyenne in that damn bag. Remember that?
into the bag. That was what.
into the bag, bitch!
No, it was the dragon egg we were putting in. The
Oh
bag.
right, yeah.
Okay, metal rod. What was the metal rod?
$2 says that's a removable rod.
He looks the rod, and yeah, it is. He looks the rod over and says, "This is an immovable rod."
Here, let me show you. Try to move it.
well, you can move it with a strength check of 30.
I swear that's gonna be like Thor's hammer. She's not gonna be able to lift that.
No, well, it's got a little button on this. It's like this long. It's got a little button over here. You press it, and then you can move it again.
What's the point of them?
Well, the point is like if you have a number of them, you can like make a ladder, or you can put them in front of a door, click it, and then they can't get the door open.
Oh.
Or you can do what I do, is I purposely get swallowed by giant creatures, and then I activate it when I'm in their
No.
stomach, and then I get out and I have them chase me till the thing rips out of their spine.
Nice.
Do the same thing with Darren's instant fortress. Go ahead, eat me, eat me! Activate that thing, and they blow apart as this giant tower comes out of them.
The bag of holding type 3 weighs 35 pounds, but can carry 1,000 pounds with a volume of 150 cubic feet.
Ah, shit, we already boarded the wagon, too. We could have just stuck it in there.
What was the cubic feet? Sorry.
150 cubic feet.
I could basically make my damn house out of the damn thing.
And yes, the immovable rod works exactly how he explained it.
I've never heard of that before. That's kind of
Oh,
cool.
they're like one of the most useful things ever. They're very practical.
They're only like 5,000 gold pieces.
And they're great for stick your arm outside the tavern into the street and clothesline somebody on the way by.
Either that or you get into the tavern and you decide to have a contest where you're taking bets. I bet 100 gold pieces that none of you can get this rod out of my hand. Oh yeah, well I'll get it. Click.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good idea.
Oh, there's a billion things you can do with it.
Sticking it, like if you're running away from somebody that's on a cart or a chariot, you stick it in the wheel well, click it, so when it starts off, it just doesn't go.
Or if you had to them, you could use it as a personal ladder.
Yeah.
That's great.
Or you can or you can stick them in somebody's eye sockets to pin them to the wall.
You're dark.
Oh my god. Edgelord much? Yeah.
No, I'm not dark. I just like pugs.
Says, well, is there anything else I can do for you?
I just had a question. I was wondering if there was a place around here that sold particularly stiff drinks that maybe someone who has a well-aged liver might even find intoxicating.
He's dragonborn. Of course.
Just don't foosbro me out of your place. I really would appreciate it. Ragdoll physics don't go well when you have 16 hit points.
Oh, hey, we have a watcher.
Sissy? I think that's this.
Yeah.
Apple Lily.
Apple. That's Melanie.
I've been called that by others. Just never want to dress like this.
Yeah, that's Melanie.
So you're looking for a place where you can get really good drinks, or you're looking for a place that you can get really bad drinks?
I'm looking for a drink that's out of this world.
Literally?
Literally. Let me put it this way: have you seen a gentleman wandering around here by a nickname of the Drunken Eye?
So yes, I know him.
I'm looking for something that might pique his interest more than the standard watered-down ale.
Bribery.
Says, well, you
Might
don't want to
want
take him into
nice
one of the
tea.
more reputable inns.
That's why I needed something that was going to be a bit stronger.
This is
Perhaps I
all
could
I
just
know.
hand it to him in his favorite, corner alley.
Let me find what the name of that place is, because there is one. These are all streets.
If I put my mini on the back of this plug bag, it looks like Falcor. The never-ending story.
The red ones are again. Says, yeah, there's a place. It's called the Fiery Flagon. They sell that kind of stuff.
Nearby? Far?
Says, from my shop, if you go out the door, down the street, take the first right you come to, and then a left. You'll go down about 3 blocks, and it should be on your left there.
She tosses him a couple silver. Or how much does he charge for identifications?
No.
He didn't.
For courage.
He didn't even cast anything. Well, identification takes like an hour to cast. He just stuck his hand in there and was like, oh, well, it's that big. So.
Well, if he already knew it, so.
Yeah, that's why he's like,
Yeah. There weren't teeth on the side, there weren't blood marks, thinking it was a bag of devouring, so it's cool to stick his hand in there.
Huh. Suits up. She gives him a couple silver to say thank you and goes
well,
towards.
thank you. Continues scribbling on his scroll.
It's really, can we hear like the intro music to Skyway?
Buster it off.
The level up sound.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're down to this fighting place. And I bet you didn't want to do any shopping.
Not for me. Like, I'm not ready to go out and buy stuff for me. I've got what I need to play a character and be comfortable. I'm going to do this because, one, I don't think anything is free in Waterdeep. Although this Dragonborn seems to be the exception. But I
He's
think,
a nice guy.
Yeah, but he seems to be a nice
And he really
fellow.
didn't
Yeah.
do anything magical.
It's like
He just
you-
stuck his hand in the
Yeah.
bag.
Usually, to get anything out of anybody, it takes
Bribery.
Bribery or money.
Yeah,
whatever they're.
It takes
Kinda
money,
like that.
it takes women, it takes information. I'm not planning on selling myself to the town drunk to get the information we need to answer this letter, so I think I'm just going to buy him a drink instead.
Yeah. I can't read what she says.
It's my Nightbot.
No, what's Melanie saying?
Threaten not to kill them.
Threaten
I'm
not to
chaotic
kill
good.
them.
I'm not going to threaten to murder somebody.
No, but he might.
He'll just kill them outright and be like, what's yours? I'm neutral good, lols. And smack them in the head for 29
crush
points of
their
damage.
skulls.
Yeah, and crush their skull. Now me make cup out of skull.
Why not?
Y'all would not like our
I was gonna say
We have 2 people that are
murder hobos.
murder hungry.
Murder hobos. Yeah.
So I guess we're making our way to this.
Well, you'll find him at the Broken Lands.
Yeah, but we gotta go to the flaming.
Yeah, we gotta buy.
Flag.
What?
Because, you know, right before fucking winter, everybody's got to mow their goddamn lawns.
Everybody was raking their leaves at my grandma's house, fucking leaf blowers out. It's like, this is the first time since my wedding I've been able to see my family. Can you really stop it with the damn blowers? We restart our campaign because they killed everyone. It ended them killing each other. Be right back, making a lasagna. lol.
Lasagna.
Probably cooking for the little one.
So you're on your way to the Broken Lands.
Yeah.
Alright. Now I'm gonna go grab a candy bar.
It's on your desk. And Chris, I'm neutral, chaotic neutral.
No, your chips and beard.
But yeah, neither me or him knew the squish was a thing last session. But I didn't know about the taking another neg one because of size.
Oh.
My current AC when I rage, not squished, is -3, which would be
Alright. You're gonna pick him up on your way to the Broken Lands?
I assume he and the kobold went to one of the inns we mentioned in Goddess Rooms and then did whatever shopping around they needed.
Well, what shopping are you doing? If any.
I was gonna say, I'll look around for a general store and get some trail rations.
Why do you need trail rations? We have a wagon I just bought full of food.
Meat.
We have fish.
Well, jerky.
Which is salted and dried fish. Fish jerky. It exists, I've had it, it's pretty good. It's very fishy, but that's what you get for eating fish.
I've always wanted to try bison jerky. Alligator, snake, all kinds of different meats. They usually have them a lot in southern Florida.
That's where I got alligator from.
Is it good? Or is it greasy?
It's kind of
But
like a
that would
gamey
lead you
chicken
to a general
because
store
they
and just
only
kinda
take the meat from the
prune and
tail.
See if there's anything I can
So
live
it's
without.
it's a big tough muscle that's moving around all the time. So
Right.
Because I doubt anyone here is going to be able to.
I don't recommend it. I swear, if you go to a blacksmith and you carry
put
that
anything in.
huge compensation piece you call a hammer in there and go, make bigger!
Or enchanted if he hasn't had it already.
Because it doesn't hit hard enough with 3d6.
You carry camping equipment, traveling clothes, you know, most of the normal stuff you'd find at a general goods store.
Nothing special.
Pizza, tenderloin
No, nothing
sandwiches,
terribly out of the ordinary.
Diet Mountain
Brisket.
Dew on tap,
Yeah, right.
sunglasses,
Funyuns.
a little case of hard liquor.
Little.
The
tiny
little
ones.
mini bottles.
I'll see about picking up a crowbar and some oil flasks.
How many oil flasks?
You need a crowbar, you have a giant hammer. Anything you could lift open, you can also smash.
Did you say an hourglass?
Oil flasks.
What?
They have hourglasses.
For what?
So you know
Pictionary!
what- So you know how long an hour is?
Well, yeah.
I still say it's for Pictionary.
That or get a sundial.
Because it really matters
I
if
was
you know
gonna
what time it
say-
is and nobody else does.
I was gonna say, we should start a whole thing with wristwatch sundials.
That'd be so funny. Yes.
How the hell would we go from D&D to the Flintstones?
What time is it? I don't know, my shadow's in the way.
I can't, yeah, I'm inside, I can't tell.
Or you do like the Vikings where they do the water and the sun crystals.
Well, the reflection
I
there,
think
the
anybody
shadow
who
from
asked
the
what
lamp-
time is it got smacked in the face and said, time for me, Giuseppe!
The time, according to the time from the light from the lamp, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, but it's dark outside.
So So either it's the apocalypse or my watch was wrong.
So how many oil flasks are you buying?
I'll do 3.
Okay, it's 3 gold for the oil flasks.
All bounced around inside of your
And you
bag.
want a crowbar?
Yep.
Some other gold for the crowbar.
With a metal crowbar in there to smack up against your flint and steel and cause sparks.
Set your bag on fire and the oil flask. And then yourself.
You're realizing you're quickly becoming 5E Chase, who was carrying around a barrel of gunpowder.
Yeah, he did do that, didn't he?
I'm not going to go that far.
Yes, you've gone farther. You have 2 things that cause fire up against something that is made to sustain fire. You literally gonna set your ass on fire.
That's what I was telling you before.
I was going to say, yeah, that's not
Wait, I
quite.
can't see anything she's saying over these trees.
Sorry.
The trees in the way.
We're in the city now. I didn't know if we were gonna
Just set
be in
them
the
on
wild.
desk if you want to.
Big boom. Sounds like Austin.
So you grab your oil and your crowbar.
Where is he anyway?
He's off on his own. We're on our way to find a
There
drink.
was a car wreck on the interstate.
Okay.
I think we'll live
So he's
this part
shopping.
without him.
We're shopping for that alcohol?
You're looking for the broken lamps to find the drunken eye.
No, I'm looking for the flaming flagon to find something to buy for the broken lambs.
Good
Drunken
point,
eye.
yes, okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Alright. So after a little bit of walking around one of the blocks and going, oh, wait, no, there it is. You find the fiery flagon. It literally has a signboard with a cup on fire.
Actually, it'd be really cool if he had the money and the spell. Continual flame creates a permanent heatless flame if you just like powder up a 100 gold piece ruby. And it literally has a sign. Looks like it's on fire, but it doesn't.
That's
have
kind of neat.
Yeah.
Something like my staff. But not exactly.
You know, and it doesn't look like the greatest inn, but doesn't look like the worst.
Right now, I'm just looking
It's
for
not falling
quality.
apart or-
If they spend more paying adventurers to dive to the unknown plains for drinks than they do on their housekeeping, then that's cool by me. Okay, I go in.
She follows suit right behind her.
Eh? You walk in and there's all manner of folk, you know, sitting at the tables in the bar, eating, drinking, and whatnot. There's a couple of servers running around, a bartender. You know, the oil lamps inside are flickering, and it smells like roast chicken.
Mmm. It's like the entrance to a Walmart.
There's too many people in here. I don't like it.
Well, I wouldn't recommend walking around this part of town on your own without knowing the streets a little. So,
Have you taken a look at me? Do you think I'm going anywhere alone? I don't think so.
All right. Well, remember, most of these guys are half drunk and used to being smacked by ladies for being drunken perverts anyway, so whacking them behind the knees and in the nutsack with a stick is perfectly cool in here.
And they do have a, you know, one of those help wanted board things.
And there is a feat for halflings called low blow.
Yeah, there is.
And improve low blow, which I said, I'm going to shuriken somebody's scrotum. I like that.
Yeah, there's a bard playing some music. He's not very good, but he's trying.
Is he half orc?
He's a bard. All that merriment.
Yes.
Big girls don't cry. Ay, 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 they don't cry. Bleh.
All right, I kind of tap the bar, get the bartender's attention.
He finishes cleaning out a glass, sets it aside, and says, "What'll it be for you tonight?"
Well, bartender, I'm looking for a good, strong drink. Looking for a drink that'll make even the town drunk's eyes water. And I'm looking to pay gold for it. You got anything that's basically like drinking lantern oil?
Let's see here. Rummages through his, you know, hand-composed drink book, which is kind of impressive when you think about it.
8 pages on how to make a Manhattan? What the
Says, I've got one called the Blackened Eye. Ooh. That'll probably do the trick.
If
Not
the
gonna
drunk
kill him,
guy
is
a
it?
black guy.
No, might make him use the outhouse a little more, though.
Oh, I'm sure everyone can use some fiber at that age.
Would you like it glass, mugged, or bottled?
I'd like the bottle.
Alrighty. Have a seat. I'll bring it over when I'm done.
All right.
Starts mixing, the drink, and he starts mixing it in a mug, and you see him pour a little lantern oil in there. And
My character's probably very interesting
you're like,
considering.
"Ah."
No,
I think it'd be funny if he, he poured some powder in there and a smoke in the
It's like,
shape of a
okay,
skull
I
and crossbones
understand
comes
those
out.
ingredients, but that one I'm not sure about.
Probably taking notes.
So he
Listen, I'm
funnels-
pouring lantern oil here, but there's no way I'm touching the turmeric.
Funnels it into a bottle, corks the bottle, brings it over, and says, "That'll be 2 gold, if you please."
Slap 2 gold down on the table.
Thank you kindly. Let me know if you need anything else.
All right.
2 gold for a bottle of lantern oil.
No, there's a
We
little
paid
bit
3.
of.
We paid 3 per bottle, per flask of
He
lantern
paid
oil.
1 per flask. I will
This is
shut up my
probably,
bot. Nobody cares.
and this is
I tried to
probably
fix that like
semi-drinkable.
4 times, and it just doesn't.
What is it?
It's a chat bot that says, "Oh, hey, join my Discord or whatever." And I'm trying to get rid of the build thing because that was for Path of Exile. But every time I delete the command, it sticks it back in there anyway. So I'm probably just gonna have to
Disable
delete
it.
the whole
Can
thing.
you
and
disable it or just delete it?
it would take a few minutes.
Not right now. I'm
maybe
just saying
not.
afterwards.
Yeah, I'll do it later. I tried to fix it like 4 times and didn't want to do it.
Okay.
So we got our.
Looks like we're armed to
Concoction.
talk to the drunken eye.
After they get done with, after I get done in the general store, I will seek out a jeweler.
Still
what?
say you should make
Jeweler.
him Bueller.
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 I still say you should make him make a reflex save until he hits level 10 every time he goes into a normal place and see if he smacks his head on the door frame, forgetting to duck.
Go! You're looking for a jeweler, you said?
Yeah.
Tool crafting.
Yeah, let's see if there's one available here.
That's why I wasn't able to live in the dorms at the U of I. I went into one, my shoulders hit the sides, and my head hit the fucking bathroom.
Yes, there is.
I'm like, you have football and basketball
It's
players in
called-
here bigger than me. How do they live?
Tamkerbuns Glasswares.
Tanker buns?
Tamkerbuns.
Hamburger buns.
Adorable.
Not kidding, that's the name.
Okay.
It's literally an interactive map of Waterdeep that allows you to click on all the different buildings and
You're
shit.
gonna have to show me that. That's kind of neat.
I will.
You know, actually, at this point in the game, when we're not using the minis, if somehow you could hook that up to the under this with the smaller one, that would be awesome. So everybody knows where we are. Or you could at
Oh,
least
like port it?
port it, or you could just print a sheet off and then write down.
Well, I could just download the image and insert it into the scene feed.
Yeah,
I can do that next time.
because we're not, currently doing combat stuff.
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, like have a map.
Actually, I might be able to do it. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, it's just Melanie and Austin, so you could probably just link her the map itself.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, just link it to her. She'll check it out.
Yeah, because
Jesus,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the CD of Waterdeep.
massive.
Well, the one we're going to is even bigger. This is our pit stop.
Yeah, see all the little dots and stuff? When you click on them, it tells you what it is.
See, I was
Are every
expecting.
one of those little housings? Are those buildings?
The white ones
Or
are
buildings.
streets, so you get the street name.
Each one's a building.
The blue ones are like city landmarks and stuff. The
Oh, that's
pink
nice.
ones are
City of the Dead.
yeah, see like
Yeah.
Daloon Tears Apothecary, Assassin's Drugs, Poisons, Potions, all that kind of stuff. And it's got the
City
whole
of the Dead is
city.
Well, link it to
Graveyard.
Melanie. Let her see.
Yeah.
Because in my Forgotten Realms book, the campaign book for 3.0,
Here you go.
it's got a
Melanie,
big map.
check out the map.
It's got a map, but it's of all of Faerun, and then
Because
on the back it
Melanie-
only shows like a really undetailed portion of some of the bigger cities like Neverwinter and Waterdeep and
And
all
what
that.
I can do in
I-
here.
But in the book, it's got smaller ones that aren't quite as detailed because it was just third ed based off of the novels, and this is after all the video games and stuff that filled it in.
Yeah, Melanie's a big lover of all kinds of maps and bottles and stuff. So she'd probably like that.
Let's make a separate image capture source. And then we can move it. We can put it.
Did you ever finish your last map, Mel? I think you did.
I like
There. And then that way when we go
My
back
potato
to
is a potato.
that way when we're on full screen, they'll see. Come on.
Yeah,
They'll see it moving around, and I can just turn it off afterwards.
Just leave it full screen for now, so she can see it.
There we go. So you guys would be heading towards. You guys are at the Flaming Flagon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Fiery Flagon. So that's where you guys are now. Right here. And you were where?
I'm going to.
Oh, you're going to the glass place, right?
Yeah, the jeweler.
This guy here. So he's over
He's
here.
not that far away from us, though.
I mean, what?
Maybe
4
a-
blocks?
3,
Because we're
4.
on Seaward Street. Or
Yeah.
Seawatch Street right there.
Yep.
Up. More. Keep going up.
I thought they were. Okay. No.
Well, maybe we are far away from him.
I mean, if they just fall, if we.
That's where you guys are.
Like a straight shot from there.
That's where he
Little
is.
one, too.
So he's here.
About 4 or 5 blocks.
You guys are here. So about 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about five blocks.
He's probably
Why
still the
does he
tallest
know?
thing in the street.
Probably.
Or at least the hammer handle coming up.
So you get to the jeweler and glass shop.
I will limbo inside the door.
You lumber inside and you have to duck your head a bit.
And then I will see about getting this Star Rose quartz appraised.
Are you just gonna walk in and go, I need this appraised?
Would you mind telling me how much this is worth?
Well, it's a little gnome. That's got, the loop and the special glasses and the little tools, and he looks up and...
Massive.
What is it?
So, there's this little gnome and he goes,
Yeah, pretty much.
I will reach down. Can I get this appraised, please?
Alright, let me see here. So it's tool side.
What's up, 2 coppers?
He has this little magnifying thing on his eye.
Says, yeah, it's worth about 20 gold. Do you want to sell it?
Yeah, I'll sell it for 20 gold to you.
Alrighty. Opens up his little cash drawer, which is maybe like that big. Pulls out 20 gold pieces, writes you a little bill of sale. There you go.
Oh, he's not gonna try and like wheel and deal him like on the.
Only when he wants to buy something.
Well, I just thought it's like on the Pawn Stars. Show.
Oh, God.
My dad likes that. They're like, it's worth 20 gold. Okay, I'll sell it for 20 gold. No, it's worth 20 gold to me. For you, it's worth about 5.
Yeah, right.
That would have been funny.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to have an expert come in. A buddy of mine knows about this.
I'm
kind
gonna
of
call
stuff.
my buddy from down the street. He's an
Yeah.
expert in these types of
He's
World
an
War II
expert.
things.
Yeah, he's an expert in talking about the treasure rocks that giants bring in.
Treasure rock.
So he pays you out and, sets it in a box of, gemstones that he's still working on cutting down. And
Come back later, be a ring or diamond or something.
Yeah, he puts it in a wristwatch.
I can give you the Casio.
yeah. Only to be succeeded by Psycho.
Yeah. And then crushed by the Apple iWatch. Why? Because it tells time, apparently.
So we go from sundials to Apple.
Yeah. That's what Apple does.
Alright, so now you're heading to the Broken Lands.
Yes.
Alright, which will take us... where the hell is it?
Armory.
Just type it.
One of these red ones here, I think.
Just in the shield.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Type it. See if it
stuff.
I'm just not getting into any drinking contests where I wake up and suddenly I've got
there
next
we
to a
are.
painted cow.
We're not far from each other.
No, it's kind of in the middle. Dobbs loss. Okay.
It's down at the bottom.
Go to Seaward.
Where's Dobbs
Go up.
loss? There it
Go up.
is.
Yep, right
Okay,
there.
so it's right here. Yep. So this is the Broken Lance. Over here was, oh, it's kind of up. So it's down in the middle of where you guys were. So it's on a major street intersection. You know, it's getting darker, and people in the streets have lessened in number. They're starting to light the street lamps. So are you heading that way as well?
Yeah, I'll go to the tavern.
So you'll be wandering across it because you had no idea where they were going. You'll just happen to find it on happenstance. You go, hey, look, a place to drink. And they'll go, hey, look, this is where we're supposed to be. So you come lumbering in about the same time that you are arriving to the Broken Lance, and people are piling in to get their cheapo drinks.
I just try to find somewhere quiet while they do their business because I have no idea what's going
Let's go
on.
sit in the corner.
Well, I just wanted to say to the whole group, the Broken Lance Tavern, you'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Oh, that's the worst one.
Oh.
There's like 3 that are worse than this
Come
one.
on, man, you're killing my Star Wars. my Star Wars quote. I'm gonna cut somebody's arm off with a lightsaber. Gonna meet Han Solo, his 7-foot-tall puppy.
So you walk in, and there's a number of less than reputable people, you know, sitting down, drinking, eating. You won't find any nobles in this tavern.
You know they're less than reputable because their hands are dirty, they have eye patches, scars, and facial hair that is in a weird pattern.
Right.
And they drink all their mugs out of skulls of various beasts.
Reminds me of the dancing or the prancing pony.
Prancing pony.
Yeah. Eat at the Prancing Pony. Some nice, cozy, hobbit-sized rooms. God, what kind of fetishist are you?
Yeah, midget porn.
Yeah.
The servers look like they'd rather be somewhere else, and the bartender is bored out of his skull because he's been doing the same thing for the last 20, 25 years, making the same drinks, seeing the same people every day.
This sounds like the bar of Billy Joel's Piano Man.
Right?
Yeah.
I guess she entertains herself. She climbs up a stool, just standing on the stool, looking over the bar.
And nobody seems to pay anybody any kind of mind until they run into each other, and then they try to start a fight and argue about it.
I'm more evil than you. No, I'm more edgelord. I was sitting in the darkest corner of this bar. Well, my parents were murdered. I murdered my parents.
So that's what the 3 of you see. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
19.
15.
10.
Dude, 15 is big.
You don't notice much of anything other than normal, you know, tavern bar type behavior. The 2 of you, however, notice an old scruffy man that has a patch over one eye sitting at a table kind of off to the side.
Big boss.
You know, he's obviously spent the least amount of money possible and has a, mug full of soapy ale and, some
Soapy ale?
day-old potato wedges.
Aw.
Because it's all he can afford for like 3 copper.
So this is what happened to Big Boss between Metal Gear Solid 5 and the first Metal Gear. He ended up in the skids of Waterdeep.
Maybe bringing him a little extra food. Won't on top of the drink.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm not getting any food here. It's probably worse than the old potatoes.
No, the potatoes were nasty bad. There's all
Ah,
potatoes over
I like car crashes.
Did Melanie say anything, Sons?
Hi.
Welcome
BRB
back,
again.
Austin.
Yeah, well, walking through a highway full of stuck cars is fun.
He is
I
way
don't know
behind.
if she can hear me or not. If
She's not
pushing
here
it
right now.
through.
This close?
What's that?
Yeah, I've missed 35 minutes of you playing this.
Good news! Everyone's dead.
Well, tits. Except for me, who's asleep in the wagon.
That'd be kind of sad considering where it's at.
Where's the wagon?
In the bottom of
Parked in a stable.
Waterdeep Lake.
In the belly of the Tarrasque.
Oh, you can just have me stuffed in your back in the glass backpack.
Okay.
Poke my head up and be like, what happened? You ate a bad apple.
Leave it.
Well, tits.
Chocolates.
Ah, my fucking. Okay, I'm gonna clean my pants. I am all wet. I am wet.
So that's what you see, and you figure that might be your guy.
Best not to assume in this place, though.
Yeah, that's true. Could be the well-kept gentleman on the other side, for all.
Or it could be the barkeep, for all I know. After 15, 20 years, that's kind of what I would say.
Alright, I passed the barkeep 4 silver pieces and go, we need to find the drunken eye.
He goes, that be him over there, the chap with the potato wedges.
I nod to him.
I noticed. Well, you don't have to. Is that all that man's had to eat? Is both?
Probably. That's all he can afford.
About to say, what would actually win him favor? Like some, what do you have on your menu? That's really good. I smell this chicken in here.
I've got cockroach stew.
Well, no, the food's not that bad. This is kind of like the middle of the road in, you know.
Cockroach has
they've
protein.
got like, they've got like pot pies and, some stew, those kind of things.
Everyone raves about the kitten pot pie.
Well, he's about to drink, so we're about to give him that bottle. So get him like some roast meat or something.
How much are you going?
Like
Send a
a
message
couple
that
of
he's
chicken
gonna
legs
come
or
over
something.
and meet him.
Drumsticks.
I suppose if we were bringing a meal and drink, you'd probably be in a better mood.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're not trying to be nasty, but considering some adventurers want to talk to you. Kinda.
You're gonna order him some better food.
I got maggoty bread and that's it.
I might have maggoty bread for the 3 stinking days.
Oh yeah, some fresh meat would be really nice.
Just a bit of.
You know, apparently that's how. Well, the one time I played a chaotic evil character was as one half of an Etten.
What?
So we ended up getting like a bunch of trolls bowing down to us, thinking we were gods. Well, on my hammer, I had earthquake once a day, and I killed all but one of them because I thought it would be more fun to watch them, writhe around. Because Etten. And I grabbed one of them, and all winter we were stuck underneath the bridge. And it's like, well, you guys are fine. I was like, of course we're fine. I'm going to eat the arms off the troll. They're just going to come back. And he goes, all right, what about the troll? I'll feed him his legs. So apparently a whole winter of us eating an arm apiece and feeding him his legs turned him insane and bound his soul to our cloak. So we had an insane troll ghost bound to us as a companion character. And I'm like,
Well,
yeah, I think that's about
how's that
as-
Regen 5 coming?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Hurry up. Okay.
He's still got some lobe of liver left.
So how much is the meal?
Anyway, so where are we? What did I miss? And I didn't mean to be gone for so long.
Hold on.
I literally would have took my bike, but it was raining, and my bike doesn't have a mudguard.
Again, hold on.
So to get him the drumsticks, and you don't have to pay for the drink because you're giving him a drink.
Mm-hmm.
So the drumsticks will be 2 silver.
Some sort of buffalo
Some nice
wild wings.
roast chickens.
Give him a shitty burger and some buffalo wings.
Dude. Where was she?
She was walking out of the
Bedroom.
not bedroom, but
Did he just spill stuff?
No, just knocking everything over.
yeah, that happens.
Mama.
Oh, I'm tired. Ugh.
She was walking
Does
out
it have like
the,
one of those little
office.
cartoon scent smoke things going off
The
of the
little
chicken?
whirl.
Yeah, going up to the drunken eye's nose and him lying about.
Okay, so what has happened is you've made it to Waterdeep. They went to find out where they could locate the drunken eye, and they have found him now. Wait, was he here for the note?
No.
He was not even here for the farm.
Okay, so
Technically, it was just kind of.
they stopped at
wagon.
Succomber on the way, bought some provisions, food, whatnot.
Oh no.
And when they woke up, they had a note saying, "Come meet me in Waterdeep. Look for the drunken eye." So they are now at Waterdeep, have located the drunken eye, and that's where we're at now. As a recap.
Also, we now have a guest. We have a Wednesday.
Okay. You're gonna bring him his food. And
I won't pull out the bottle.
Everybody misses her.
so he kind of looks up at you
No,
two
Mama.
wearily.
So, this is the first time a couple of ladies have joined you for dinner? You don't even invite us to sit down?
Well, sorry, my manners aren't what they used to be. Please have a seat.
She climbs
What?
up in her seat.
What can I do for you this evening?
Well, I push the chicken towards him and go, we're not here for nefarious purposes, but we were wondering why someone would write this and leave it anonymously on our wagon.
He looks over the note and says, "I know who wrote this. I didn't write it."
Well, who
You
wrote
know how
it?
to write.
Kind of leans forward, looks around, nibbles on one of the chicken drumsticks. a
Yes,
little
by
bit.
all means, if you think better on a full stomach.
Please do so.
Yeah.
He kind of says in a low voice, "I'm the contact for the person who wrote this. Nobody ever suspects the cheap beggar that tosses a few copper out every now and again. Especially in a place like this, you get yourself arrested doing that kind of work."
Cheap? You know what kind of gold I paid for this? And I pull out the bottle and sit it next to him.
All I had to do was get him to eat some chicken.
He goes, "What kind of strange drink is this?"
How am I supposed to know? All I said is if I wanted to find something that was out of this world, something that even the town drunk would have his eyes water at. And
What
then
is it? The black eye, I think they call it.
The blackened eye.
yeah.
It's black and
For
eye,
the drunken eye, I figured the blackened eye was a good
It's
mix.
fitting. Well, I shall have to partake of that drink later. Especially if you want to be coherent enough to facilitate your meeting with the person who has written you this note here. So now, I'll have to be discreet. Are you following them during this, or you're just kind of like standing in the middle of the tavern?
I'm at the bar ordering a drink, keeping my eye on him in case bar breaks out. I get to have some fun.
I am being inconspicuous. Ignore me!
Yeah, well, I don't like any word that has spick in it.
Yeah.
He says, "So, will it
Kitty
just,
says no to racist jokes.
will it just
She
be
is black.
yourselves?"
Yeah.
He says, "Will it just be yourselves, or are there
Oh, we
others?"
have compatriots in this
Is
bar,
he
two of them.
paying attention or playing other games?
And I can tell you this, if you can't spot who we're with, if you can't spot who just walked in the bar and is standing there basically with his head touching the ceiling, then you've been drinking too much or you need a new eye patch.
That might be a bit of a problem.
Problem?
Well, we've got to go down a flight of stairs, and it's a pretty narrow passage. He's a little big.
What
He
about
might-
the kobold he's carrying in the backpack?
That would probably be fine.
Okay.
He can hurt you. That's what I'm saying. He's playing another game.
He hurt you, now you hit pause.
Well, is he paying attention?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
But are you
Someone
listening?
Sorry. What?
So So basically, Luke's character is going to be a little too big to go down a narrow stairwell, and we're thinking about sending you, Chris's character, and myself.
So
Squeeze
it's
myself in
tiny.
there. I can crawl.
Why do you wrap up the chocolate? I know it's not going to last long.
Force of habit. Makes them feel
Ah.
better.
Do cats have any kind of reaction to chocolate the way dogs do? Okay.
Yep. So anything greenery as well. So rice is good for them, meat, chicken, stuff like that. Apparently jerky and popcorn too.
Well, Sam
Well-
sure likes jerky.
I don't want
Give her
anybody
that, she'll eat the whole
that
bag.
shouldn't be seeing us, if you get my drift.
Don't you?
I get it.
So could
Yeah.
you maybe convince the big fellow over there to wait up here?
You want me
You
to convince the barbarian to stay in the bar with fights breaking out and cheap ale?
Should be just this kind of thing then.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have to twist his arm. I don't think I could lift his arm. Alright, I go over and kind of say, are you having a good time here? Alright, well, if I can convince you to stay here and just keep an eye out for things, maybe any fans, we've got a incognito mission that I'm afraid you're just a little too big to fit into the building for.
Well, under the building, technically.
Yeah. But this is definitely a place where fights and ale break out. Seems like you're kind of seen.
Sure. I'll make sure no one follows you guys.
Okay.
So it kind of goes and waits by the door, ushers you in.
Huh.
And the stairwell is
What if it's like
indeed narrow.
nutmeg for humans, where it's like, yeah, you can supposedly get high on it, but it'll also kill you?
And the stairs are only about that wide. They're only a couple of feet wide, so that would have been
Is a
impossible.
kobold going to stay with the barbarian and possibly engage in wine, women, and song, or gonna follow us and get down to business?
Meow.
Yep. That's not a yes or a no.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, the kobold
Well,
stays.
which
Okay,
is
the
it?
kobold goes.
I'll go.
Okay,
Wiggles.
go with us. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, just traps, I could disarm them.
Leads you down the very narrow set of stairs. And it's an old cellar. There's like one oil lamp. It doesn't illuminate very much. There's a small rickety table with a couple of chairs around it. Well, three. And in one of the chairs sits a hooded figure.
Sounds like a cop investigation.
Interrogation room.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say this is like a really low point in
We've entered the Pentagon.
It's a really low point in Emperor Palpatine's career. He's got to live under a building.
The Star 3 has renovations to be done.
And before we get into that conversation, I'm going to use the restroom.
Grab my last drink.
That char's hard to get out of.
I was just thinking of my ex's mom. Had two cats from the same litter, two sisters, and she named them Helga and Olga. And they were black and white cats. And Helga had the kind of black facial markings where it looked like a mask coming around her eyes.
Like a
kinda
bandit?
that. Yeah, kind of like that. And then it had a little black spot on her nose. And Olga was special.
Like dumb?
A little more than that. I think she
Because
had
I
some
had a
serious.
cat. My ex is Maxwell. It's Melanie's brother. We have a cat that's her name's Milk Dud. She would jump out of a window while it's shut and hit her head.
This
Kind of dumb.
This cat was pretty much that way, except it would have been a twin to her sister, but it was moved slightly to the left, and
Oh,
she
so
had
the-
it. Yeah, and then her tail was not formed. It like went around in a curve when she was a kitten and stayed that way. So we just called her Tard Nubbies.
Tarnubbies?
Tard Nubbies.
Tarnubbies.
Yeah. Tard Nubbies. And the cat loved water. And it hated me.
Huh.
So ever since the second time I got there, and I scared it by turning on the bathroom light, because it would sit on the edge of the bathtub and lick the dripping water.
Kenzie does that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My
So I
friend's
got in
cat
there,
does
and I
that.
was just like, turned on the light, ah! And the thing,
She's like a little
bolted.
cockroach.
Yeah, it like smacked right into my legs and right out of the room, and it never wanted to see me again. So every time I was around, the cat would leave the room.
Meow.
Her sister would jump up and be like, yes, thank you for getting rid of her. All the attention is on me again.
Because she would hop onto the air conditioner and knock on the... Yeah, she also a couple times would knock it out of the window by climbing on top of it. Me and Maxwell had a time with that one.
She also got caught in the Christmas tree because I was trying to put the presents around the tree. I was helping her mom put up the tree.
Uh-huh.
And I put presents around in kind of a wall because they would go under the tree and they would bat at the ornaments. Well, Tarnubbies decided to get on the top of the couch and just dive from about a height of 4.5 feet, hit that tree and spiraled down and just sat there. And we were like, oh no. So I moved the presents out of the way. She still wouldn't move. And I said, okay, I'll go to the kitchen. You see if you can get her out. No, apparently they had to move all the presents out of the way. And my ex's mother had to crawl under the tree. Oh, come here, baby. And she was like,
What just happened?
I didn't know how gravity works. And yet Helga was sitting there like licking a paw like, I told you it wouldn't work, you moron.
That's funny.
We're supposed to land on your feet. You're making me look bad.
Like I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, gosh. Special ed kitties.
Yeah.
Cat fail 101. So you see the hooded figure sitting in the chair.
I don't know if the stream can hear you.
I need Austin, Chris, and Crystal to roll perception check for me.
I'm doing some perception check.
Yep.
Let's make it 20.
18.
14.
Okay.
Well, over 20. I got a 19 on my normal, so.
So,
All three of you.
So, yeah, 26.
Oh, wow.
So all three of you notice that the hooded figure is wearing one of those amulets that you found. But the symbol on it's been scratched out.
That's good.
Kill him!
He's outside on the deck having a cigarette.
Shove my sword up through the bottom of the crack.
I know I'm not supposed to sit on that toilet. Can I still just go pee in it?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you have really good balance, you can try to sit on it.
I'm not. Do I look like I have good balance? I walk with a cane.
That's why I said it.
Lucas,
What?
I see you. And see you. Battle balloons.
So you see that she's wearing one of the amulets, but the talisman has been scratched out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess climbs in one of the chairs and just sits, I guess, like a meeting, pretty much, basically.
I would say, are you the one who contacted us?
I did. I was the one that left the note back in the village.
You were the one jumping across the rooftops.
That is correct.
And who might you be?
She pulls her hood back and she's Elven. She says, my
Fair.
name is Mayalu.
Fair, or is she less than
More
sort
wood
of-
elven in a darker
Fair
skin.
or less than sort of reputable, is what I mean.
You can't tell if she's covered by a cloak. You don't know what she's wearing.
Face. She look mean, she look nice, gentle.
She looks cautious.
And I'm just standing there wiggling.
I've been following you since Loudwater.
Hi.
Well, I figured there was a reason that you were killing the Thay wizards. I figured it would be best to get in contact with you.
One of them entered my damn woods.
I'm a sorceress. They don't take too kindly to mine.
No,
Okay.
no, they wouldn't.
Not to mention they don't take too kindly to anyone who isn't from Thay and isn't rich.
Seeing as you are just arrived, I would assume that you are not aware that the graveyard is under serious watch, as they've been having a lot of problems there.
The city of the dead. That's out of character, if I remember right.
I had figured if there were Thayans living underneath a small city raising their dead, then Waterdeep would probably have its share of troubles. Not so much that I thought the City Watch would get involved in staking claim that posts in the graveyard.
Well, they've been having trouble with the Thayan wizards, and they've been having trouble with the undead overrunning the graveyard. There's a lot of people buried there. Well, were a lot of people buried there.
What are you and yours doing about it?
I used to be part of the Thay. I no longer work with them anymore.
Why? Cautiously asked.
The only time I've ever heard of an elf working with the Fae, put lightly, is as a slave.
Oh, what is all that?
Nightbot. What the fuck happened?
It went up.
Melanie's thing got.
It's up.
Where is Melanie?
No, she's still there.
No.
It
look,
must
it's
have
all
caught
gone.
one of the words or something that she used.
Let's say because it like
42
deleted
messages.
everything.
Were deleted by a moderator.
Stop by
Whoa.
spamming
What
cats. Warning.
I don't know. Nightbot catches caps, so I don't know.
Oh, because she's talking in caps. So
Oh,
it's
okay,
considering it spam.
Yeah, it would.
Anyway.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, I'm gonna play Leatherface next, if I'm gonna get the sound effects.
Ugh.
She says, I don't work with them anymore because I can't enter a city without the threat of my head being cut off.
That's funny.
Besides, Working with the guild I found here is far more lucrative.
Better money, I'm assuming.
Oh, by far. Guards still don't like me, but
You can't buy and sell lives here. Well,
Wood elf in the city. That's interesting.
it's just that Thayans are kind of like the fascist Nazis of Forgotten Realms.
I'm just trying to remember. I don't
Oh,
really-
wood elves are generally, they're also known as the Gugrach. They're a bit more wild than regular elves, as they generally are rangers and druids. They live with, like, okay, in the Lord of the Rings movies, if the original elves they went and saw at Rivendell, those would be normal elves. The ones with Galadriel that live in the trees would be the wood elves.
right.
Gotcha.
Well, I should let you know that taking care of a thing was no easy task.
No, I wouldn't imagine it would be.
But working together, we did manage to take him down. Unfortunately, it was done a little too quickly for my taste. I would have liked to have asked him some questions first, but yeah, que sera, sera. Whatever that means in Elven.
Now, the guards will never let you into the graveyard. Even if you are telling them that you're there to take care of the problem.
How does one gain access to it?
Well, you see, that's where I and my guild come in. There's a network of tunnels and sewers that run underneath the city. One of those exits just happens to pop up near the back of the graveyard. You'll have to do a little cliff scaling because it empties, it empties out of the rock face.
Imagine a city this old, this large, probably has many
She's
different
sitting here
catacombs.
completely blanked out and starting to think about the potion she got.
Yep, that'll work. Later, suckers.
Spider Hobbit does whatever Spider Hobbit does.
Now, I myself would have offered you this information for free.
It comes with a price.
But my guild demands payment, of course. So we have two options. You can either pay us, or you can do us a favor.
What's the favor?
Well, there's a certain thing that we want from a certain person in a certain somewhere.
That's not very descriptive.
Also, if you've been following us, you'll know that we're not thieves.
No, that's true, but our resources and personnel are spread a bit thin with the guards cracking down on thievery lately. So while half of us are in jail, the other half are trying not to get caught.
Well, if we're about to put our lives on the line, I'd like to know exactly a little bit more in detail what we're getting ourselves into. Or you can have gold. It's up to you. Which
Well.
do you favor more? I mean,
Liquidatable currency, or us gaining something from someone in some place.
The thing that we want isn't necessarily worth gold if you were to try to sell it to someone. We need a ledger book from one of the nobles. We need that ledger book because it describes where who he imports and exports all of his expensive items from. If we have that ledger book, then we can easily just take those off of his hands.
let me talk to my associate. 1 second. Turns over. Start. What do you think? Gold? Or grab this ledger book, climb up hills, leave our other
If
companions
it's
behind?
if what this person is bringing in is helping
Better
the
see if we get like a
fans,
potion of shrinking for him.
because
Joe in my bag.
I know there's when it comes to necromancers and raising dead, they need gems to
Yes.
raise the dead, or else they can't complete their spell. If that's the route, if that's what they're bringing in as a black market magical components for Thayans, they should be stopped.
Might want to
If this organization is simply after smuggling diamonds and whatever, but then again, I don't know how we would read the ledger to be able to tell the difference if it's any kind of code or something. Money wise, if it's over like 1,500, I'll be tapped out for what they want for this.
I have a choice between a ledger book and price. What was the price?
Didn't actually say.
What was
But they're only going to charge you like 100 gold
Uh,
to be your guide through the sewers and.
I was gonna say it'd probably be a lot better to get this book. Just that, yeah.
all right.
Okay.
Where is this jeweler located?
Alright, well, he has a house. Let me find it on the map for you here.
Now this is a stealth mission. Sure. We gotta talk to our companion upstairs.
Well, we can go stealth, or maybe I can just lie to him for an hour.
Yes. The house you'll want is called the Fan Villa.
Leading. What is it? I can't read that. Vineyard. Is that what it says?
There's a noble villa. House Fan is one of the Waterdeep's leading vintners, so wine production, that kind of thing. With large land holdings in the south and strong ties to Blackstaff Tower.
It's a brewer's guild.
Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild.
I don't want Kelvin Blackstaff on my tail.
Ooh, boy.
Well, yeah, if there are three, if you rank the three most powerful wizards in Phaelin, he'd probably be about number, well, 3 if you don't count someone who's insane.
Are you sure you can lie
I'm
to
insane.
them?
I can't lie to him, no, but maybe his compatriot. I can get.
Or you could set someone up.
Or maybe I can go dress shopping and see how much he likes what I.
Who's yeah. Or you can dress yourself up like a noble, and you can walk into the villa, act like you're.
I
trying
thought
to
about
brewery.
getting nobles' clothes and jewelry, but I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to use it because I don't have charm person as a
That
spell
actually,
yet.
oh god, help I say it. Just she would dress up as like a kid with her, but that would be kind of a little awkward.
What's your kid? A kobold?
Oh god, you're just what those lolicon freaks
Oh,
need.
yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Why do you keep saying that when you don't understand? It's not a damn cartoon!
What is he talking about?
Fuck! Of course I was just too retarded to understand an anime is not a cartoon.
Then what is it?
Sit.
It's an animation.
It was soaking wet!
Anime is a cartoon.
It's the
Okay.
same process, except it uses
It's
more.
drawn,
Fuck.
Anyway,
Except the
we're
Western
not going to
animation.
get into that right now.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the only
Sorry.
thing that's different is the frames per second. Western animation traditionally uses 24, and anime uses 12.
An animated cartoon.
Cheaper.
Anyway,
Anyway, so do you want to dress up as a noble to act like?
she says, "Oh, something that might help," and she says, "No need for this anymore," and peels her, her cloak back so it hangs over her back, and sets a little potion bottle on the table and says, "That'll make sure that your gargantuan friend upstairs can fit through these tunnels."
Well, with me having alchemy, can she identify that too? Just to check it out, the stats and how strong it is.
Go ahead and roll, make a check for me.
So I've just got knowledge arcana.
12. Yeah, it's a potion of basically shrinking. It takes them one size down so they'll be able to fit through the tunnels.
Oh, reduced person.
I don't really need this.
No, then you'd be like this big.
Oh god, that's gonna be so.
You would actually be the
It's
size.
gonna be the same size.
You would actually be the size of the familiar I'm thinking of getting. You would be tiny sized.
Okay.
So you would be about 3 feet, or less than 3 feet tall, about between 1 to 2.5 feet tall.
Oh, but it's R3.
I know, but
This
closets
smaller?
and imps are about 2.5
I'm gonna go Bond.
One piece.
But
You bringing back Quasimodo?
I might. I'm not. Except I don't have the alignment for it. I'd have to get something else.
but we should
But I
probably
can get a method.
depart shortly. So if you want to go and get your large fellow friend up there,
Well, we can't bring him back down here.
because before long, that's what she gave you the potion for, to make it smaller.
Just
So we-
him? Oh,
Yeah, so
her.
it could fit down the stairs and shit.
That's debatable. Now, I'm a zebra.
It will be night soon, and that is the best time to travel. If you don't wish to be seen.
I'm so glad I took prestidigitation. I love that spell. Well, you can do things like make your hair or clothes flutter in the wind, but there's no actual wind. So if I'm standing there, well, I don't have very long hair, but the dress could flutter by.
Oh.
Like,
So who's going to be the one to convince Gargantuan upstairs that he needs to take a small potion?
you're going to try and convince the barbarian not to drink something. Tell him, oh, I think it's too strong for you.
Contest. Well, he's your companion. I think he'll listen to you better than I.
All right, we go back upstairs.
Alright, the tavern is a little less full than it was.
Okay.
He's still up there doing whatever it is he was doing.
Drinking like there's no fucking tomorrow.
And he's drunk.
Well, maybe once his stomach shrinks, it'll all come out of him. Here, drink this.
Drinks it.
He becomes smaller.
Oh my god. He's going to be like a
I'm
small
gonna be
mage. Just
small.
like
Well,
crazy.
it only makes him one size smaller, so he goes down to about between my height and your height.
Wait, I'm technically considered a small creature now.
Yeah. Who's on the cusp of being medium?
So I'm a little taller than a dwarf.
Yeah.
A little shorter than a dwarf.
So what happened?
Like a human, average size.
I'm human, yeah. I'm 5'10".
Wait, why did everything grow?
Well, everything shrank. This is just to get you by the stairs. It'll wear off eventually,
Maybe.
depending on how strong the potion is. You can still hit things hard. You're still dealing with 2d6 with that hammer.
Actually, I can't wield it now.
Unless you're holding it. Well, no, that's true.
I think the gear you hold shrinks with you.
No, then
Because there's no reason that people were always saying, oh, a large person is a great first level buff because you just put it on the fighter and they grow to a size larger and they do more damage with their weapon. Otherwise, it would just be if their armor busts off of them and breaks permanently and they're now holding a short sword when they once had a long sword. So I think just all the gear that has to be touching you.
Okay.
But we gotta hurry.
I'll follow.
All right, I want to get you past these stairs before you suddenly have your growth spurt. Certainly hope Goliaths don't have like a painful puberty or anything.
Reminds me of that video game I've been playing.
So make it.
You only have 13 days to live because you're clones, and after every 3 days you change from a kid to an adult to a senior, and a senior to like an elderly. And it's painful as fuck.
I will make my way down the stairs.
Go down the sideways stairs.
So you get down the stairs, and your guide asks you, graveyard or noble's house first?
I think at this point, I'd rather take care of the graveyard. The noble, I want to get to know him a little bit better.
Okay. So she begins leading you down into winding tunnels and sewer passages that don't smell the greatest. And before long, it empties out over the rock face at the back of the city. And you have two options. Go down, which is a long drop, or up, which is only about 50 feet. And you can see the railing of the graveyard, up on the hill.
Oh, all the times to wait until 5th level to take Featherfall.
How big was that spider potion you gave me?
It has 3 uses.
3? That kobold can fit on someone's back, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then the other 3.
Just a climb up. Yep.
When does the potion wear off? Because in normal size,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
small
Well,
creature could.
There's no more size. You could probably carry both small size characters.
That or, I don't know, I don't think they would fit in my bag if I made mine smaller.
So if you wait for your potion to wear off, you could carry the halfling and the kobold. And that would only be 2 uses of the potion, and you have them left.
I picked up the halfling on my shoulders before.
Wouldn't I? Would I be able to? I guess use that one and go up. Don't Goliaths get like a bonus to mountain climbing?
Yeah, I get a bonus to climb.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Corksic is too.
we're going to do that.
Yep.
Alright, you will need 2 climb checks. I believe the potion of spider climb gives you.
Potion of Spider Climb treats it like, like Spider-Man, like your hands and feet are sticky.
You do not have to make climb checks.
Okay. Good. Good. Now I can't fail them.
So you spider climb your way up the side of the rest of the cliff,
Doing the Tobey Maguire thing.
over the little gate thing. And this is where we're gonna stop
Okay.
before we get into the graveyard, because the graveyard's huge. So we will do that next session.
Two weeks Saturday.
Pin.
Books are cute snips.